wins and 1 loss. Here they are.
Today from the Florida Citrus Bowl in Orlando, Florida, the site of the FHSAA football finals. It's a Class 3A state championship game between the Cowboys of Madison County and the Sons of University High School out of Fort Lauderdale. Hello, everyone. I'm Mike Rideout along with Marty Palman, and we welcome you back to the Citrus Bowl for today's 3A title game. And Marty, Madison County was here last year. They are looking to finish the mission and win a state championship. And for the Cowboys, who run that tricky wing tee offense, it all starts up front with Ira Denson.
Ira Denson, number 74, 6'4", 315, going to Florida State. He's a commitment. He's going to play at Florida State, and you're right, it revolves around the offensive line. Madison County is going to run some more. That's Mike Coe's game plan. They got to the final last year, though, but they couldn't get it going against Delray American Heritage. This year, they're going to have a pretty tough test in their opponent, University School, but the plan will stay the same. Madison County is going to run it all day long and see if they can stay in the game with their defense.
Mike Coe said earlier this week if they were to win today, it would be the biggest upset in all of football. We'll see, but granted, University comes in nationally ranked, and for University, the Suns, their wide receiver, Jordan Cunningham, a pretty good one.
Yeah, Jordan Cunningham, a non-committed senior, being recruited by Stanford, Alabama, Oklahoma State, Miami, so big teams looking at him. Number 6 for University School. University has a pretty good balance, a mix of run and pass, and they are a team that's just loaded, undefeated on the season. Got to the championship game 2 years ago, lost in triple overtime to Trinity Catholic, 56-55 in a classic game. Lost to American Heritage last year in the state semifinal. This year they're back. Roger Harriet wants that state title. University's been close, and boy, they seem to have the team, but they got to go out and beat a tough Madison County team today.
So it's nationally ranked University of Fort Lauderdale and the state runners-up, Madison County. The 3A state championship game is coming up next, right here on the FHSAA Network.
Out here, away from it all, a guy can get to thinking. What makes peanuts America's most popular nut? Well, for one thing, they've got more antioxidants than broccoli, carrots, even green tea. Why, they're a bona fide superfood with more than 30 vitamins and nutrients. And the taste? Well, that's pretty hard to beat. Yes, when you really think about it, good things happen for a reason. I'm Nick Marshall, and I'm a Florida peanut farmer. I dig peanuts, so you can dig them too.
Now ready for Parkview, number 21, Matt Olson.
One match away from immortality.
This is a total team effort.
We're gonna come at you.
One shot at this.
Third down and 3 for the Indians. Oh, the ball came loose. Tiger's going to pick it up.
Look at that.
Took it back and scored.
Whoa!
That's unbelievable. That is unbelievable.
Welcome back to the Citrus Bowl in Orlando. Mike Rideout along with Marty Palman. The Sons of University School with a record of 11-0 under head coach Roger Harriet, who started the football program in 2006. That was their inaugural year. They are a lab school for Nova Southeastern University. And there's a look at this football team, which, a lot of those sophomores are now seniors, Marty. You talked about it in the pregame, the fact that this was a team that lost to Trinity Catholic, and wow, what an exciting game it was. 56-55 triple overtime game, but those sophomores are now seniors, and they're hoping to get the job done here today.
And Roger Harriet really building himself a program. He's a St. Thomas Aquinas guy, graduated from there. And, his program at University School has been kind of compared to a smaller school, St. Thomas Aquinas. And that's the kind of program they're building. As 2008, they were regional finalists. 2010, state final. Last year, regional final as well. They went 8-3 in their second year. So really from the beginning, University School has been a power in this state. And they're looking for that first state title today. But as we see the captains come to the middle of the field, we'll talk about some of these guys that are getting offers at University School as far as college talent. There's a lot of college talent on the field.
And for University on the far left, we mentioned Jordan Cunningham, but on the far right, their quarterback, Mike White. And you see the captains there for Madison County as well. This one should be a good one. Madison County was here last year, and Mike Coe made the comment that last year his team probably got a little overwhelmed in the state championship. He said today the plan is to play looser, not worry about the scoreboard, and just play Madison County football.
Well, last year they ran into Greg Bryan, who's going to be playing somewhere on Saturdays next year, maybe at Oklahoma, somewhere in Division I and American Heritage. This year it's going to be a tough test for University School. As you see, number 74, Ira Denson.
You can't miss him.
The big man there in the middle, number 74, one of the captains, along with DJ McKnight, the quarterback, number 8, number 4, Javaris Jones, number 11, Brandon Crawford for Madison County. But yeah, Denson, he's going to be the story today, an FSU signee. Came from a single-family home. Mike Coe said very proud of him. He's kind of like a dad to his brother.
Yeah.
So he's basically kind of helped raise a family, and also a pretty good football player as he comes into 6'4", 315. University School, what can you say about these guys? You mentioned Mike White, the quarterback, number 14. He's being recruited by Oklahoma State, Marshall, Indiana, and Buffalo. Jordan Scarlett, we'll see, number 1, the running back. A sophomore, was a freshman All-America. He's got 22 offers as a sophomore. We talked about Jordan Cunningham, a senior being looked at by Stanford, Miami, Alabama, and Oklahoma State. Number 8, DJ Taylor is getting recruited by BC, Wake Forest, and UCF. Marquitius Bain, number 51, another ESPN 150 recruit, offensive, defensive lineman. LSU, Alabama, FSU, and Marshall looking at him. And Sky Moore, Wisconsin. It goes on and on. As you see, Jordan Cunningham, the talent that University School has, and it's going to be. This is the tough one for Madison County, but hey, you got to go out and play the game. No matter how many scholarship offers there are, there's still 2 teams on a football field, and we're about to find out if Madison County or University School can win this 3A state title.
And Madison County's Mike Coe, in addition to his Lou Holtz coach speak, if you will,
or Vince Dooley, yeah,
right,
pretty much poor mouthing.
Talking about the fact that this is as good physically and athletic team as he's seen, other than Manatee, in his 19 years of coaching, and he calls their running back scary good.
Well, that's interesting because what happened to Manatee? They lost last night. So obviously, on any given Friday or Saturday, anything can happen. Manatee, looked at as the number 1 team in the country, went down to where? St. Thomas Aquinas, and got blown out last night. So Mike Coe says that, and I know he also mentions the injuries his team has. But you know what? Madison County's been here before, too, so they know the experience of this. They were just here a year ago, so I know they're ready for a chance to win the state title as they made it back here this year.
Back deep to receive for Madison County. There you see number 1 over on the far side for the Cowboys.
Cedric Williams.
Cedric Williams is a 6-foot senior. You see the kicker there set to kick it away, Andrew DeRocco. He is a 6'1" junior. So we are about ready for football state championship action from the Florida Citrus Bowl, the Class 3A state championship game today between Madison County and University here on the FHSAA network. There on the near side, you see the return man for Madison County, Alex Brown, a 5'9" sophomore. 12 minutes up on the board. We'll play 4 12-minute quarters to determine our 3rd state champion. We have crowned 2 state champions so far. Yesterday, it was Northview High School defeating Trenton, the number 1 team in the state, to win the 1A title. And then University Christian of Jacksonville defeated number 1 Dade Christian to win the 2A state title. DeRocco is set. Ball down on the 40. And the kick And the 3A title game is underway as that one is a deep kick and will go into the end zone for a touchback. And Madison County will begin their first possession from their own 20-yard line.
Yeah, Madison County, the road to Orlando, that defeated Jacksonville Providence 54-7 and then Pensacola Catholic 17-14 in the regional final. And a game that they had to go late to win in the state semifinal, defeated Orlando First Academy 27-3. And for University School, they beat West Palm Beach Cardinal Newman 27-0. Delray Beach American Heritage winning a rematch there 34-17 in the regional final. And then last week 42-0 over Clearwater Central Catholic in the state semifinal round.
DJ McKnight, the starting quarterback for the Cowboys, works with two in the backfield as he looks at a four-man front to begin the game, and he fakes the handoff. This is the wing T offense, but Madison County having trouble early so far going against this University defense, which has really played quite well, and it's a loss on the play.
And Deontay Wells will lose maybe close to 5 yards on that first carry of the game. As you take a look at the Madison County offense, we mentioned Denson, number 74, the right guard. The rest of the offensive line, Gerard Brown, the tight end. Deontay Oliver at wing back. DJ McKnight, the sophomore quarterback. That was Deontay Wells. And then Keon Bruton at fullback. Neil Brown is the senior flanker for the Madison County Cowboys. Starting lineups presented by Florida Peanut Growers.
Wells lost 6 yards on the last play. This time it's the fullback straight ahead. They get a couple of those yards back, but it's going to bring up a third down and long for the Cowboys.
And looking at the numbers, DJ McKnight, the quarterback, 15 touchdowns, 3 interceptions, 1,364 yards. Keon Bruton, the 1,253 yards and 16 touchdowns. You see the University School defense got a lot of seniors on this defense, led by Sky Moore, who is a sophomore, number 10. This is brought to you by Florida's Peanut Growers as well. And number 4, the defensive end, Nick Internicola, who's being looked at as well from many Division I schools.
This University defense loaded with talent. They've shut down a lot of teams as a whole defense as the pass is caught. That's going to be a first down grab. Catch was made by Madison County's Neil Brown, a 5'11 senior. And how about that? Madison County, even though they're a wing T offense, getting it done through the air.
Yeah, you'd think they get into that 3rd and 12 situation. That's too much for them. A nice throw, a strike by McKnight. Again, only 3 interceptions for McKnight this year. And that was a nice strike to Neil Brown, who is the leading receiver for Madison County with 20 catches this year. But we mentioned Bruton has almost 1,300 yards rushing and 16 touchdowns. He's the go-to guy. Deontay Wells, the second leading rusher for this Madison County team.
So a first down and 10 at the 36, but this time the pass is incomplete. Last pass intended for Akevius Williams.
Yeah, Mike Coe in his 3rd year at Madison County, a graduate of Auburndale High School and Nova Southeastern University, actually in Tampa. 12-1 semifinal round in 2010, 12-2 in the championship game last year, 11-1 this year. So pretty good record coming in. Actually 12-1 this year as well. So 36-4 is Mike Coe in 3 years in Madison County.
McKnight will hand the football off. Actually, it's a double handoff, and taking it up to the 41-yard line. The second back through for the Cowboys. And then that's that misdirection that's going to cause University some problems today.
And that's something we saw in the 1A game last night. Northview ran that double handoff probably 15 to 20 times in the game, as that was Deontay Oliver getting the carry, and he gets about 4 yards, so it's going to be 3rd and 6. But Brett Northview ran that double handoff last night to great success against Trenton in the 1A championship game.
That will put Oliver over 400 yards rushing on the season, but a big third down play coming up again for the Cowboys, 3rd down and 6 from the 41. As they run option and a fumble on the play, and fighting for it, University has come up with it as the ball was recovered by Jalen Battle, their 6'4" senior.
Yeah, that was a wild pitch by DJ McKnight. It was well behind the running back, just too hard, and that play didn't look good from the beginning. It looked discombobulated, and boy, that's a tough turnover for Madison County. As you see on the replay, the running back was taken out of the play, and Jalen Battle able to fall on it. McKnight tried to come over and pick it up, but it is a turnover, and it's going to be 1st and 10. University School gets it at the 33-yard line of Madison County.
And now we'll get to see this explosive Suns offense as they are led by quarterback Mike White.
Mike White has thrown for 1,908 yards, 20 TDs, and 2 interceptions this year. Jordan Scarlett, 1,282 yards, 21 touchdowns as a sophomore. Also, Lawan Hunt, number 3, with 809 yards rushing and 14 TDs. We mentioned Jordan Cunningham, number 6, the leading receiver, 731 yards and 49 receptions, 8 touchdowns this year.
And here's Scarlett making a nice move, trying to get to the outside, but a host of Cowboys are there. Scarlett was a freshman All-American last year. He is receiving a number of offers, 22 offers this year for the sophomore.
Well, we'll get this one out of the way early. Frankly, Scarlett, Madison County didn't give a darn on that play. They were right up on Jordan Scarlett. We'll just get that one out of the way. It had to happen, but good start to the game from Madison County's defense, but I know you're going to see a lot of Jordan Scarlett as this game goes on. A sophomore, as you mentioned, 22 offers already for college as the freshman All-American.
White passes out in the flat, and it's caught. Nice spin move for additional yardage as DJ Taylor, the senior, takes him close to a first down.
A nice pass on the right flat to DJ Taylor. Made a good move, able to pick up some yardage on the play, about 8 yards. So it'll be 3rd and 3 now, short for University School.
White has 3 receivers to his left. Scarlett, the lone setback. 8:41 and counting in the opening quarter. And no score so far in this Class 3A state championship game. White's pass caught once again by Taylor. Taylor trying to get to the first down. I think he's going to come up just short.
Yeah, that's a good job. Madison County able to string that out over on the sideline. Taylor, another catch, that time over in the left flat. And I think he will be about a yard short. So 4th and 1 coming up for University School inside the 25. Yeah, he's about a yard short.
How about Shedrick Williams as he busted through the block and made the tackle to stop him short of a yard. 4th down and 1, and the Suns are going to go for it. And it's the direct snap to Scarlett, and I don't think he got there. It's close.
I think you're right. It was to Jordan Scarlett. You're right. Scarlett was in as quarterback, took the snap in the Wildcat. I think he's about maybe a half yard short. They're not even going to measure it. Wow. First down, Madison County. What a stop there after the fumble. Good job by the Cowboys defense.
So the turnover did not come back to haunt the Cowboys, and you see the fans who made the trip from Madison County and their 2nd consecutive state championship game appearance. And again, Mike Coe mentioned that last year, these guys were a little overwhelmed, but he felt like this team would play a little bit looser. And even though they turned the football over, that defensive stand right there may give them the confidence now to play with University. 8:21 remaining in the opening quarter on 1st down and 10. McKnight will hand the football off. And how about big Ira Denson out there throwing a block and springing the running back to a big gain. And we've got a flag on the play. That was a nice run by Madison County's Deontay Wells.
Yeah, they're going to get 15 yards, tackle out of bounds. That'll be an unsportsmanlike conduct as well. And nice run there by Wells, who as he'll try to get things going here. Deontay Wells that time for Madison County. So there you go. You get the defensive stop. Now you got the ball already near midfield against University School. Horse collar to call.
So a 15-yarder will take it inside the 45 down to the 43-yard line. The Cowboys in Suns territory for the first time. So Madison County looking to strike first here in the opening quarter. This time they'll operate out of the I formation. 8 men in the box for the Suns, trying to stop the run, but a pretty good run. Running over would-be tacklers is Keon Bruton.
And Bruton lost the helmet, but he gets another first down. And this is what we're going to see from Madison County for the most part. They're going to run right at you, and that's 2 big gains in a row in the running game. And now you've got University School back on their feet a little bit after that opening fumble in that first drive.
Whistle blows and a timeout call by the officials for a hydration break.
Pretty early for that, but it will become with 8:05 to go here in the first quarter. University School, you talked about Roger Harriet. He's a graduate of St. Thomas Aquinas, and he really has built this program up. But you look at their schedule this year, and we're going to go ahead and
All right, we'll take a break. We'll come back to the Citrus Bowl in Orlando. No score in this 3A state championship game between Madison County and University.
Well, you're talking about University School, looking at their schedule. They only played 11 games, had 2 games canceled due to weather, but the score this year you look at, 33-14 over Madison Trotwood of Ohio. That's one of their closer games. 44-27 over Isla Coast, 69-0 over Archbishop Carroll. How about this? They beat Cocoa 49-3. Their closest game was 34-17 against Delray Beach American Heritage, not surprisingly, in the regional final, the defending 3A state champs.
Back-to-back double-digit yard runs by Madison County. And the ball carrier this time, who wanted a penalty, but nothing there for Deonche Wells, who had an 18-yard run on his previous carry. We'll take a look at it again. How about, when you got
that big man in front of you? Wow.
When you got Ira Denson out there throwing blocks for you, you got a chance to pick up some yardage.
I would never leave that guy's side. Maybe in life. I don't know if I'd leave that guy's side. That's how big he is. Boy, he is just a man amongst everyone else. Look at Ira Denson there, number 74. And you look at the University defense, they don't have anybody close to that size either.
That's a gain of 7 on the last play. So right now the Cowboys gashing the Suns defense. And timeout call by McKnight. 7.5, a little over 7.5 to play in the opening quarter. And now we will, in fact, take a break here at the Citrus Bowl in Orlando. No score in the 3A state championship game between Madison County and University.
Out here, away from it all, a guy can get to thinking, what makes peanuts America's most popular nut? Well, for one thing, they've got more antioxidants than broccoli, carrots, or even green tea. Why, they're a bona fide superfood with more than 30 vitamins and nutrients. And the taste? Well, that's pretty hard to beat. Yes, when you really think about it, good things happen for a reason. I'm Nick Marshall, and I'm a Florida peanut farmer. I dig peanuts, so you can dig them too.
This Madison County drive began on their own 24-yard line. They have the ball at the 25 of University, facing a 2nd down and 3. The Cowboys with 31 yards rushing. Net yards, 36 yards rushing on their last 3 carries. McKnight fumbled the football, picked it up, and then he goes down. There on the stop for University is Nick Endernicola. Endernicola, 6'4", 225. He's about as close as you can come to Ira Denson. So it's going to bring up 3rd down and 5 after the loss of 2. And let's see what Mike Coe draws up here for his offense. 3rd down and 5 at the 27 of University. No score. 7 minutes to play in the opening quarter. McKnight works with 2 in the backfield. Cedric Williams behind him to his right. As McKnight looks to throw. Everyone's covered downfield except for the man across the middle who makes the grab. It'll be a 1st down. There was nothing but white jerseys all around. But how about the catch made in the middle of the field by Latarius Davis?
That was a bullet, too, by DJ McKnight. He fired that right in the middle of the defense.
Actually, let me correct myself. That was Trey Arnold. There are 2 players wearing 13 today for Madison County. That was Trey Arnold, who has switched jerseys. He is now wearing 13 today, in addition to Latarius Davis.
He was out for the season, the defensive back. A nice play by Trey Arnold. 1st and 10, Madison County.
And they go back to the ground game, but the Suns sniffed that one out. No gain on the play.
That's Sky Moore, number 10, the big linebacker, 6'3", 215. And Aubrey Duty Tyson, number 9 as well. And on the hit in the middle of that University defensive line. So you can see right there. Pretty good size, but again, if you put him up against 74 for Madison County, and even number 75 for Madison County, Vincent Domina, who only comes in at 6'2", 275. Pretty good the right side of that Madison County line. Pretty good spot to run behind.
2nd down and 10 for the Cowboys. McKnight, quick pass out in the flat, caught by Cedric Williams, but he is hit immediately after making the catch. No gain again. It will bring up 3rd down and 10.
And this is a nice drive, too, because not only are you moving the ball, you're keeping the ball away from University School, who's got that high-powered offense, and you were able to stop them on that first drive on 4th down. That was key as well after the turnover. Not only that, but you get some points out of that. It's an added bonus. But, again, you want to keep that ball away from the Suns as much as you can.
And you definitely want to come away with points here. If you don't get the first down, at least try to come away with 3. 3rd down and 10 for the Cowboys. McKnight, play action. As he gets rid of it in time, and the pass is caught as Trey Arnold reaches the football out across the 10, inside the 10. Looks like they'll put him down at the 10-yard line, but it will be 4th down and 5. And you got to love this name for a kicker. Zach Money is going to come in to attempt a field goal.
And not only that, he lives up to his name sometimes. The stats are, he's 3 of 9. He has made field goals. I saw one in the game against Gainesville he made early in the year. So Zach Money will try to get Madison County on the board with a 27-yard field goal.
The hold will be at the 17. This will be a 27-yard field goal attempt by Zach Money. And Money cashes in.
It's Money.
He gives the Cowboys an early 3-0 lead with 4:06 to play in the opening quarter.
Yeah, boots it right through. Nice drive for Madison. They get points. They kept the ball away from University School. Now you got only about 4 minutes left here in the first quarter, and Madison scores first.
Earlier this year against Pensacola Catholic, Money had missed a field goal in regulation that would have won it. But then he got another shot against Pensacola Catholic. Even though they did win that football game in overtime, they led 21-0, ended up winning 29-28. He got another shot at redemption in the postseason and was able to beat Pensacola Catholic with a kick in the playoffs.
Now we have the first quarter water break. So I guess we had a timeout was called earlier.
Just an official's timeout earlier. Okay.
So they have 2 remaining. Yeah, so we have the water break now with 4:06 to go first quarter. So there's a nice drive. Madison gets on the scoreboard. We'll see if they can continue because, University, you got to just keep the ball away from them. A year ago, Madison County came in here and scored first, and then American Heritage scored the next 30 points in that game. So a good start, but they're going to need to keep it up, especially on defense.
Marty, I mentioned that Money made a field goal in overtime to beat Pensacola Catholic in the playoffs. They actually blocked a field goal in overtime, too, that preserved the victory as Madison County was able to move on. Then they beat unbeaten First Academy of Orlando to get here today to the state championship.
Yeah, pretty good run for Madison County to get back here. And on the other side, University School, they had the grudge match, a revenge match with Delray Beach American Heritage in the regional final round. And last year, American Heritage beat University School on the way to winning the state title. This year, University beat them 34-17. So that was a big game to get for Roger Harriet's team. And it made University let them know that they could win this thing and get back to the state championship game and win it this year. But they got to take care of business today. But that win over American Heritage was definitely a key to getting here to Orlando.
So Money set to kick off from the 40. 6'1" junior, so he'll be back next season. Madison County with 64 yards of total offense. University, which failed to pick up a first down on that 4th and 1 play with only 1 possession, but only 9 yards of total offense.
And they had great field position to University after that fumble by Madison County, so could be a lot worse. The Cowboys up 3-0. It could have been 7-0 University on that opening drive, so good job on both sides of the ball to stop the University School offense, but also get a drive and get a field goal.
Back deep to receive it is Jordan Scarlett. Standing inside the 10. There's a look at Jordan. Money's kick, angling towards the sideline. And it will actually get into the end zone for a touchback.
That took a good bounce for Madison County. It looked like it was heading out of bounds. Instead, it took a right turn and went into the end zone. So no return for Scarlett, which is good news, and also not out of bounds. So University will start 1st and 10 from their own 20-yard line.
Mike White with 1,900 yards of passing this year, 20 touchdowns, so far 2 for 2, 10 yards as we take a look at the University offense. And we mentioned Jordan Cunningham in the pregame, and well, he's got his choices, doesn't he, of where he wants to go play. Budwig, here's Airy, Levy, Lutwack, Bain along the offensive line. It's the sophomore Scarlett trying to get to the outside, but right now this Madison County defense playing good football.
Now watch number 51, Arcadius Bain. We talked about Ira Denson on the one side, and here's the Madison County defense, brought to you by Florida's Peanut Growers. We'll get back to that in a minute, but Brandon Crawford and Van Tompkins are the ends. Edric Williams, Devontae Gallant, Chris O'Hara at linebacker as well, such as Shedrick Williams at strong safety.
Pass across the middle is caught. Jordan Cunningham with a first down up to the 45.
And there you go. There's a big play over the middle to the big guy, your top receiver, 6'2", 180. Jordan Cunningham makes a big play, and all of a sudden University School at their own 45 on a big gain.
By the way, that last drive for Madison County, 9 plays, 66 yards, consumed 4 minutes and 15 seconds. And on first down, it's Lawan Hunt, 5'9" junior.
Yeah, looking at University, I was trying to say, you look at number 51, Arcadius Bain, you think Ira Denson's a big boy. We said, he's 6'4", Ira Denson is 6'4", 315. Arcadius Bain, 6'5", 285. Lining up over there, and he's another guy that's being looked at, another ESPN 150 recruit.
On second down and 5, White rolling out. Nothing there, and he's going to have to take the sack. There for Madison County to make sure he didn't turn it upfield was Ladarius Robinson, the defensive back.
Bain, another guy who's being recruited by LSU, Alabama, Marshall, and FSU, with some big schools there, a senior. And you see how Mike White that time, Mike White sliding down. It looks like he might try to get some few more yards, but instead he gets only about 3, so it's 3rd and 7.
White will work with 5 receivers, 3 to his left, 2 to his right. They need 7 to pick up a first down on 3rd down. White in trouble, and he's going to go down as he is sacked.
That is number 55 for Madison County on the tackle, on the sack that time. Van Tompkins, the junior defensive lineman, straight up the middle, came through, and Mike White had nowhere to go but right into the arms of Van Tompkins for the first Madison County sack of the game, and that's going to force a University School punt.
So another big play by this Madison County defense, forcing the punt. And with every stop, the Cowboys' confidence will go up that much higher, as this one is a short punt. And the Cowboys will have great field position just inside their own 40-yard line with 1:28 to play in the opening quarter. Madison County with a 3-0 lead.
Well, again, it's early, but you got to think Mike Coe was playing possum a little bit. Madison County's come out ready to play, and I think that they've shown University School, it's only 3-0, but they've shown University early on. They've come here to play this game, and they know that they're playing a good team, and they're not going to give in to University School. They are here to play today, are the Cowboys.
DJ McKnight will work with 1 in the backfield. The lone setback is Keon Bruton. 2 receivers to the left of McKnight. And it will be Bruton getting the carry. Denson throwing the block. And springing Bruton forward up to the 45-yard line.
You got to be impressed with what Madison County's doing. Another nice gain that time for Keon Bruton. And there he is running right behind that big man, Denson. He gets all the way to the 45-yard line. So pickup of about 7 again on first down for Madison County.
You know, he gave him just enough daylight to kind of peep through and pick up 7. Second down and 3 for the Cowboys, under a minute to play in the opening quarter. Back split behind McKnight. And it's the fullback. No, actually McKnight on the keeper. He's got some running room as he picks up a first down across the midfield stripe. They're in Suns territory again, Marty.
There they are. That time DJ McKnight kept it himself, and he's another guy who can run the ball. their senior quarterback with a nice fake on the option pitch or keep, and then takes it right up the middle into University School territory. McKnight is another leader of this offense. Not one of the top rushers, but doesn't turn the ball over a lot. Only 3 interceptions on the season.
He's also thrown for 15 touchdowns. Just under 1,400 yards coming in. And right now, Madison County doing a good job of doing what they do, and that's running this wing T offense and the ground and pound, if you will. Ball carrier is Bruton, who still picks up positive yardage. And that is the end of the first quarter of play, and Madison County winning the opening quarter. The Cowboys with a 3-0 lead on a 27-yard field goal by Zach Money. At the end of one is Madison County 3, University 0. We'll return for the Class 3A state championship game here in Orlando right after this.
Out here, away from it all, a guy can get to thinking, what makes peanuts America's most popular nut? Well, for one thing, they've got more antioxidants than broccoli, carrots, or even green tea. Why, they're a bona fide superfood with more than 30 vitamins and nutrients. And the taste? Well, that's pretty hard to beat. Yes, when you really think about it, good things happen for a reason. I'm Nick Marshall, and I'm a Florida peanut farmer. I dig peanuts, so you can dig them too.
We can get a player up here.
Oh, that's good stuff.
All right, perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream. Camera 3. Beautiful. We're coming in on 1. For more information on how your school can join the Play On School broadcast program, go to playonsports.com/SBP.
One match away from immortality.
This is a total team effort.
We're gonna come at you.
One shot at this.
Madison County facing a 2nd down and 5 at the 40-yard line of University. Cowboys with a 3-0 lead as we begin the second quarter of play. And this is going to be a loss on the play for Keon Bruton.
The University stepped up that time, came in and making the hit. Guzman, Angel Guzman came up with a hit. Also number 4, Inter Nicola. Nick Inter Nicola in for University School. The Suns. Inter Nicola, who's 6'4", 225-pound senior.
Excuse me, Marty. Loss of 1. It will be 3rd down and 6. You know, Mike Coe, even though he said it would be the upset of all upsets in football, he did say that they've been in a lot of close games, some dogfights this year. They're hoping to keep it close, and if they do that, he said, we'll see what happens. 3rd down and 6. Back split. McKnight pitches it back. He's blocking for the running back. And I believe that was Bruton. It was. Bruton is going to pick up another Madison County first down.
And you mentioned those close games. They played Pensacola Catholic in their own district, beat them in overtime in the regular season, went for 2, won 29-28, and then the regional final had to beat them late 17-14 against Pensacola Catholic. And Mike Coe said those games took some years off of his life. And
2 to 3 years off his life. Yeah.
And their only loss of the season was a 14-9 game to Gainesville. They're going to play in the 6A championship game next week. We know how good they are. So, yeah, Mike Coe, they had some close games, but they found a way to win those games as well as the games in the playoffs to get back here to Orlando.
Yeah, and he did say that other than Manatee, Gainesville is as physical as a team as there is in Florida. Bruton wins a secondary run into the secondary for another Madison County first down to the University 20.
And what you're seeing right now is simply Madison County doing what they do best. They are running the ball. They are running that wing T offense to perfection, and they're just bigger up front than the University is. You know, one guy who's bigger than them, but this is what Madison plays, and right now they're out playing University School. University's not getting the ball enough to get their athletes going like Cunningham.
And, yeah, you make a great point because it's a ball control offense, keeping that University offense on the sidelines and at least keeping them off long enough so they can't get into a rhythm. First down and 10 for the Cowboys as McKnight hands it off to Bruton. Bruton breaks a tackle and dives inside the 15. That's a gain of 6.
Once again, same thing as Bruton goes right off right tackle, breaks the tackle at the line of scrimmage, and dives forward for about 5 more yards. I tell you, Mike Coe, you're right. You talk about the coach speak. He was Lou Holtz and Vince Dooley this week because his team's playing really well right now.
Second down, a manageable 4 yards needed for the first down. 9:29 to play until halftime. 3-0 Cowboys. Bruton hit at the line of scrimmage. Getting the stop initially was Sky Moore, one of their leaders on defense, a senior linebacker.
Now looking at the first half numbers, only 28 yards for University School, 6 carries for -7 yards rushing, 35 yards passing. Madison with 51 yards rushing, 35 passing. First down 6-1 in favor of Madison County. Time of possession 7:59 for the Cowboys, only 4:01 for the Suns. Dominant first quarter by Madison County. Only turnover of the game, though, did belong to the Cowboys.
But facing a big 3rd down and 4 here at the 14-yard line of University. McKnight fakes the handoff, going to keep it right side, and he's got another Cowboys first down.
And he's down. That is not a fumble. And you're right, McKnight kept it himself. It's going to be 1st and goal near the 7-yard line as DJ McKnight picks up 7 yards. And a nice triple option. He kept it himself. Did not
block it on the outside, too.
And he was down on the play. It's 1st and goal in Madison County. Wow, what a job they're doing.
First down and goal at the 7. And again, that clock continues to run. Under 8.5 minutes to play here in the second quarter. Bruton and Wells, the setbacks. McKnight going to hand it off to Bruton. Bruton down to the 2-yard line. Just about every run by Madison County is a positive play.
It is. They are running tough. As that's 3 more. Down to the 3-yard line. 2nd and goal. You're right. Everything that they do right now seems to be getting positive yardage. Actually, I think they can get a... No, it is 2nd and goal. The scoreboard was wrong.
On 2nd and goal, McKnight fumbles the football, picks it up. Able to retain possession. Yes, he gets back to the line of scrimmage.
That would be tough. You don't want to lose the ball down here.
No.
I don't know if McKnight ever got the snap, and he didn't. It went right off his hands. He was able to pick it up, though, and I think he may have actually moved forward for maybe a short gain. I think he got a yard maybe or so. So close to the 2-yard line now, 3rd and goal.
We have an injured player for the Cowboys.
And that is number 75, that big lineman we mentioned earlier, Vincent Demina. He's a junior offensive lineman. 6'2", 275, alongside Ira Denson, who's at 6'4", 295. So now we have an injured timeout. So it's going to be 3rd and goal from about the 2-yard line when we come back to action. Big play for both these teams as Madison County leads at 3-0.
All right, so we'll take a break with 7:17 to play in the half. Madison County leading the University Suns in the Class 3A state championship game.
Or will not. Florida's Peanut Growers. Peanuts. Energy for the good life. To nationalpeanutboard.org. Apologies there. We will keep it here. And we thank Florida Peanut Growers for their sponsorship of these games in the FHSAA football finals.
Well, we mentioned Vincent Demina. 6'2", 275-pound junior offensive lineman, the injured player for the Cowboys. And, that one thing that this Cowboy team has had a lot of, and that's injuries. In fact, Mike Coe said we're beat up pretty bad. They'd lost 2 kids to broken legs in the last 3 weeks, 2 to 3 other players with blown-out shoulders, a couple kids playing on one leg, and they cannot afford another injury.
And he is not getting up quickly at all, actually, right now. So, well, coming up tonight, there he is, able to make it up now. Tonight's game in the 4A state championship game. Look forward to that game between Booker T. Washington and the Bowles School out of Jacksonville. Maybe he got a wind knocked out of him there. He's coming up slowly. But tonight's game, it's Corky Rogers of Bowles looking for his 11th state title, 12th state title for Bowles in the history of their school. And tough test tonight with the Booker T. Washington Tornadoes out of Miami. That'll be our game tonight at 7 o'clock. Rematch of last year's 4A game, which was won by Bowles. Just like Demima gets up slowly, and he is taken off the field under his own power. Looks like he might have got the wind knocked out of him a little bit there. So big 3rd and goal opportunity now for Madison County if they can get this ball in the end zone.
3rd and goal at the 2-yard line. Again, these setbacks. Bruton and Wells behind McKnight. And it's going to be close down to the 1, but they didn't get in the end zone, and it's decision time now as Bruton stopped at the 1-yard line. Do you go for it?
I almost think you do here. The way you're running the ball. I mean, field goal is nice, but it still only makes it 6-0. As much as you've dominated this game, you'd like to come out of this with a 10-0 lead, and I think Madison, that's what Mike Coe's going to do. Leave the offense in the field and go for this from the 1-yard line. And the way you've been running, if you can't get 1 yard here, you don't deserve to score.
This will be the 13th play of the drive. 4th and goal at the 1 for Madison County. McKnight blocking, and Bruton gets in the end zone for the touchdown. Touchdown, Cowboys.
That's a good play call. But, they have a lot of options on the 1 yard line. McKnight probably could have kept it himself, but he pitched it at the last minute, and there was plenty of room. That's actually Deontay Wells. Or that was Bruton, I'm sorry, on the touchdown. But there's the pitch and a lot of blocking. Plenty of room for Bruton to score. He lost the ball well after he got over the goal line. But a touchdown for Bruton. A good call by Mike Coe to go for that touchdown. And Madison County's an extra point away from a 10-0 lead.
Team leading, 17th touchdown of the year for Bruton. And Zach Money in for the point after. Money has already connected on a 27-yard field goal. 6:20 to play until halftime as Money's kick is through the uprights. And Madison County surprising nationally ranked University 10-0 here in the opening half.
Quite a drive that time after the University punt. Already halfway through the second quarter. So again, Madison County using these long drives. They're running the clock down, and that time getting a touchdown, a 10-0 lead. And now for University, you really need to get something before the half. You're starting to get into some danger territory here.
13 plays, 62 yards for Madison County. A 10-0 lead, and University, I would imagine, not hitting the panic zone yet. This is a football team that puts up a lot of points. Cowboys offense right now just keeping that University offense off the field.
Yeah, pretty much, and that's the key to it as well. And they're getting points, but they're keeping the ball for long periods of time. But you're right, there's no reason to panic in your University school. If you have plenty of time, you can get a score right here, and it's 10-7 or 10-3. You're back in this game with still some of the second quarter and all the second half to go. As you can see, it is a pretty warm day for December here at the Citrus Bowl. I mean, people with fans in the stands, the sun is out on everyone. A little bit cloudier than it was yesterday, but it's also warmer than it was yesterday. It's supposed to get up in the mid-80s today. And with the humidity, pretty warm for December 8th, but then again, we live in Florida, so
right,
you just need to be used to it.
That last scoring drive consumed 7 minutes and 8 seconds. The 2 scoring drives for the Cowboys have consumed over 11 minutes.
Yeah, that's good news, too. And it was 8 minutes of possession in the first quarter for Madison County, already a 7-minute drive. As here you get a quick pitch from McKnight. He's got 3 guys, including the quarterback, in front of him, does Bruton, and University School defenders couldn't get anywhere near Bruton. That's an easy touchdown. And again, Mike Coe, that seemed like a pretty easy decision to make on 4th and goal at the 1. As well as your team is running the ball, you can get a yard with the options you have. And you don't want to kick a field goal 6-0. 10-0 is better than 6-0, especially with the way you've been dominating this first half.
91 yards on the ground for Madison County in the opening half.
Yeah, how about that? And total yards now, big edge for Madison County. And time of possession,
26-28.
Yeah, and time of possession, Madison's got to be around the 15-minute mark or more now in this first half. They had 8 minutes, 7:59 in the first quarter. As you mentioned, that was over a 7-minute drive.
13 plays, 62 yards. So let's see what the Suns do on their next possession. Back deep to receive it for University, Jordan Scarlett, as Money gets set to kick it off from the 40. 6:20 to play. There's Scarlett. Opening half, second quarter action in this Class 3A state championship game. Scarlett, a sophomore, freshman All-American. Already with 22 offers as a sophomore. He's got a chance to return it from inside the 10, picks it up at the 8. Makes a couple men miss across the 25, and good field position for University as he takes it up to the 29-yard line.
That's a pretty good kick there. Kicked it away from Scarlett, and Madison almost had a shot at that ball, but Scarlett had to go all the way over near the left sideline to make this catch. There's a Madison player in the area, but then a nice return by Scarlett. Got a couple blocks and able to get it back up to near the 30-yard line as University School will start its third drive of the game. 1st and 10 at their own 29.
You know, and I've noticed University doesn't put another player back there. That's having a lot of confidence that Scarlett's going to go get that football, because that's a live football.
Well, that's a lot of space to cover, and he did. But if you're Madison, you kick it over in that corner and hope one of your guys can go pick it up.
So Mike White goes back to work as they set up the screen to Scarlett. Madison County doing a good job of reading it.
Yeah, Madison did read it. They're going to get 5 yards, but Madison was able to keep Scarlett in front of them. And a gain to the 34.
Still got 5 on the play. Van Tompkins made the stop. Under 6 minutes to play in the opening half. 10-0 Madison County out in front of University here in the 3A state championship game on a beautiful Saturday afternoon in Orlando. White has plenty of time, has an open receiver, and the pass is caught for a first down by DJ Taylor.
Nice catch by DJ Taylor, which is his third already of the game. He's the third leading receiver, or second leading receiver for this team. That's a nice diving catch at the 46-yard line. Able to come up with it in front of 2 Madison County defenders.
Taylor now over 500 yards receiving this year. University trying to put together a drive and put some points on the board. That one could be a lateral. We'll see. It was dropped by DJ Taylor, but I think they're going to call it incomplete. Madison County coaches are sitting to our right. They are saying that it's a fumble, as are the coaches down on the field for Madison County.
They're discussing it now, and that's a close one. And boy, we can clearly hear the Madison County coaches next to us. As Taylor, they might get this call. The officials are discussing it.
Let's take a look.
Yeah, they are. That is Madison ball.
There it is. And you see Madison County coming up with a football. That is a huge play for the Cowboys.
Well, here's the replay of DJ Taylor. But, yeah, we saw the replay, and it was close. Hard to see, but it looked like it was definitely a lateral. As from the 40... 142, yeah, that is right on it. That might be backwards. It's pretty close, right on the line. Close enough where you can make that call, but it is the turnover first of the game for University School.
So the Cowboys get it back with a 10-0 lead. They go back to work on the ground as they hand it off. Running left is Deontay Wells as he takes it to the 39-yard line. Again, more positive yards for this Madison County football team, which the way things have been going here in the opening half, they've got a chance to run this clock all the way down in the second quarter. Just under 5 minutes to play.
I tell you, it's Mike Coe has this team ready to play. They are right now taking it right to University School.
McKnight has a wide open receiver. Shedrick Williams down the right sideline and into the end zone. Touchdown, Madison County.
Boy, I don't know what happened there, but obviously somebody forgot Cedric Williams. He was right in front of the Madison County bench, basically, and nobody was on him. I don't think the University didn't send anyone over to cover him. That is
sometimes that run will lull you to sleep, and I think that's what happened. Cedric Williams was quietly able to get open on the right sideline. No one was over there, as you mentioned, as we take a look at it again. Nobody there, Marty.
And it's almost as if maybe University School thought he was on the sideline. And then all of a sudden, you saw McKnight saw him right away and got Cedric Williams in stride. A 40-yard touchdown pass. It is 16-0 Madison County. Now, if you're University School, you better start worrying a bit.
Yeah, what a shocker so far here in the half as Zach Money's kick is good. 17-0. Cowboys leading the Suns here in the 3A state championship game.
Money kicks it through, and what a first half for the Madison County Cowboys.
And it didn't take them long. 2 plays, 42 yards. It only took 38 seconds that time.
Yeah, right after the turnover, they strike 2 plays later. And you're right, Madison County, a team that runs the wing tee. They're going to run the ball most of the time, but that's what you do when you run the ball like that. You're able to open up the passing game. And again, University School, they missed an assignment there. Nobody on Cedric Williams, who made the catch in stride for the touchdown.
His 6th touchdown of the season. Actually, correction, his 2nd through the air. His 7th overall.
Well, there is a sizable contingent here from Madison County, which is right up in North Florida, right on the Florida-Georgia border. And they are some happy folks right now. And Madison's won the state before. They have 2 state titles to their credit. State championship game appearance last year. But it's funny how everyone coming in really thought University School was a heavy favorite in this game, and Madison County has flipped the script so far.
Money's kick. Now they do have a second player back there, and returning it for the Suns is Sam Bruce. And Madison County is got Big Mo on its side right now.
Sam Bruce, by the way, is related. He's the nephew of the former NFL wide receiver Isaac Bruce. So that's some pretty good lineage. And that time he tried to make a spin move, ran right into the Madison defense. So 4:33 to go, first half, and University School to 23. And now you really need to get on the board before the half.
Cowboys with 168 yards of total offense, only 41 yards in the first half for the Suns. Mike White will work with 2 receivers to either side. Has time as he finds a receiver. It's caught by Jordan Cunningham. And Cunningham has a first down.
Yep, still a lot of time before the half. And again, University School can get down and score in no time. Mike White in the shotgun this time. Looks to his right. Has plenty of time to throw it. And that's an easy strike to Jordan Cunningham, who is able to move forward and pick up about 5 more yards.
White to throw again. This time to the left side, caught in the drop, right in the hands of Sam Bruce.
That time. Yeah, it was Bruce, and right in his hands. Maybe for a short game, Madison County had a defender coming up.
By the way, Sam Bruce, the nephew of former NFL wide receiver Isaac Bruce. Also, Nick Armstrong, the son of NFL player Bruce Armstrong.
Yeah, they've got a couple of they're related NFL legends. Bruce Armstrong, probably the New England Patriots.
White to throw again, has a receiver, and Cunningham makes the grab. He's down to the 45.
Yeah, just like that, here comes University School and Jordan Cunningham.
We'll take a look at the All-State receiver, Stanford, Miami, Alabama, Oklahoma State in the mix for that young man. And still plenty of time, just over 4 minutes to play until halftime. Suns trying to get on the scoreboard. They trail 17-0. This time they'll go to the ground. And a pretty good run off right tackle. And that is their sophomore, Jordan Scarlett.
Yeah, now you can see some rhythm getting going with the University School offense. You had a couple long passes. You get Scarlett involved in an inside handoff out of the shotgun. And Scarlett picks up close to a first down, 9 more yards on first down. So now University School's starting to get some rhythm, and if you're Madison County, you'd like to find a way to keep them out of the end zone or out of scoring points here late in this half.
This drive began on the University 23-yard line. On second down and short, White to the air again and overthrows the receiver, but we have a flag on the play. It was intended for DJ Taylor. And another flag.
No, that's the same flag, actually.
Okay.
The referee picked it up and threw it again near the area. Which you don't always see. That's going to be pass interference or a hold on Madison County. And it is a hold, defensive holding on the Cowboys. So now University School is definitely in business. It's still 3:23 to go in the half. They've done this in about a minute. They're moving the ball right down the field very quickly now, are the University School Suns.
So another first down.
So that is a first down for University up to the 25-yard line.
Mike White in the first half, 7 of 8, 84 yards. Trying to put the Suns on the scoreboard for the first time tonight, or this afternoon. Sam Bruce, the receiver to his right, but again, they will run the football, and it's the sophomore Scarlett getting to the outside, and he steps out of bounds about 2 yards shy of the first down.
We got a flag across the field, though. This may be a hold on University School, as Scarlett got a nice run around right in. Either that looked like it was definitely a hold on
There's the block in the back.
Or block in the back,
yeah.
Call. So that's going to back up University. Well, those are killers, especially when you're moving the ball that
and
well.
especially when they come near the end of the play, too. Okay, it is a hold. Looked like a block in the back to me. I didn't see the hold.
It did look like that could have been the call. There was a hold, I believe, somewhere right in that area. So, again, University will back up now to its own 35, or back to the Madison County 35. And will face a 1st and 20. They need to get the 15-yard line for a first down.
There you see the time, 3 minutes and 12 seconds remaining in the second quarter. Madison County has dominated this first half, but the Suns moving the football. White to the air again, and it's deflected and almost intercepted. Almost picked off in the middle of the field by Edric Williams.
Well, that would have been huge for the Cowboys. That pass gets tipped, anything's possible in, and Edric Williams made a diving attempt. Just came up a little bit short. And again, if you're University School, now you're in 2nd and long after that penalty.
Only the second incompletion for White. Mike White with 1,900 yards plus through the air this year, 20 touchdowns. Facing a 2nd down and 20. White, time again, across the middle, receiver there, it's caught, it'll be a first down as the catch was made in the middle of the field by Emmanuel Soto.
Yeah, and that is a nice sliding catch. Again, White in the shotgun. He's got time, throws it in the pocket, throws it forward, and that is a diving, sliding catch by Soto in between the Madison County defender. Nice play for another University School first down now at the 13-yard line.
24th catch of the year for Soto.
Yeah, 4 touchdowns on the season. Soto, the 3rd leading receiver for the Suns.
And they'll go back to the ground game. Here's Scarlett. Nothing there, though. In fact, it will be a loss on the play of 1.
And out for Scarlett.
2:32 and counting in the second quarter. Madison County led 3-0 at the end of 1. They've scored twice. 2 touchdowns here in the second quarter. That last play, or the play prior, put them over 100 yards. University for the game. White has time, and now Wisely steps out of bounds. It looked like they had a player in the middle of the field that was open for a moment. That was Sam Bruce.
Yeah, and he was upset that they didn't throw it to him, and I didn't think he was upset it was being held or something. He was looking at the at the referee, the back judge there. That's interesting. Mike White kept moving. Looked like he wanted to throw, but they were covered and finally had to go out of bounds because he was about to go over the line of scrimmage.
This may be 4-down territory.
I would say that's possible here late in the second quarter.
3rd down and 10 for the Suns. And jumping off sides is Ira Denson.
Yep, that is big Ira Denson. Could not keep himself from moving over that line, so that's a big play. Now it gives you a 3rd and 5 instead of a 3rd and 10 for University School.
So much more 3rd down play now for the Suns. 3rd down and 5 at the 8. White has 3 receivers to his left, 1 receiver to his right. The lone setback is Jordan Scarlett. Madison County with 11 men up on the line of actually 10 men on the line of scrimmage. White feeling the pressure, throws incomplete, just beyond the outstretched hand of DJ Taylor. And they are going to send on the field goal unit. They want to at least come away with some points here on 4th down and 5.
Yeah, White was forced to throw that one into coverage, and it was overthrown just a little bit. And it looks like actually University will go for the points in the field goal to get on the board with 2 minutes to go here in the first half. This will be the kicker, number 19,
Elon Kruss.
This
will be a 25-yard field goal attempt. He's 2 for 2 on the year, and his kick is straight through the uprights. Didn't look pretty, but it still counts the same. The Suns are on the scoreboard. They trail 17-3 with 2:02 to play until halftime.
Yeah, interesting to see Roger Harriet go for the field goal, but I guess he thought we just need to get on the scoreboard and get some points before halftime, and now it's a 2-touchdown deficit against 17-3. As this was that 3rd down play. White being pressured, had to hurry the throw, and he had DJ Taylor open right near the goal line, just overthrew him, and that's a tough one to miss if you're Mike White, because that should have been a touchdown. But you do get the 3, and now you got some confidence going offensively as you can hopefully head into the half only down 17-3 if you're a University School. Taking a look at the folks in the stands. Another sunny day here at the Citrus Bowl in Orlando.
Yeah, good crowd from Madison County. And then we see the University side who made the trip from Fort Lauderdale. Yes, it's December, and yes, those were fans that people were using. It's a warm day.
We're not in Michigan. This is Florida. This is why we play football until Christmas here.
Right.
We can do that with the weather. And the weather has been nice here in Central Florida all weekend. And there's been years where we've had rain and overcast, but it's been sunny the last 2 days. A lot of fog last night. Boy, it was foggy around here. It rolled in right at the end of the 1A game, and overnight it was very foggy as we traveled somewhat around downtown Orlando last night.
This will go into the end zone for a touchback. That last drive by University, 10 plays, 69 yards, consumed only 2.5 minutes off the clock. And Madison County will go back to work. 2 minutes remaining in the first half. 1st and 10 from their own 20, leading by 2 touchdowns.
Jordan Cunningham is having some issues with leg cramps. So hobbled a bit by that. He had a big catch on that last drive for University School.
McKnight sends Wells out to the left side, but they'll run the football. Keon Bruton, who scored the touchdown for the Cowboys earlier, the first touchdown of the game for Madison County, stopped for a gain of 1, and quickly University burns a timeout. They're hoping to get the football back, and well, with just under 2 minutes to play in the second quarter, they have a chance to stop Madison County here and get it back one last time.
Yeah, that's true. You can get a stop here. You still have 2 timeouts. You can get them to punt it away, and Madison doesn't get the ball back. You'll have time to go score. Well, congratulations to University Christian out of Jacksonville the winners of the 2A state title over Dade Christian yesterday, 28-10. In a game that was 10-6 Dade Christian till late in the third quarter, University scored on the last play of the third quarter to take the lead. Then they just wore out Dade Christian, 2 touchdowns in the fourth quarter to win it 28-10. 7th state title for University Christian, and congratulations to one of your alma maters there, Mike.
That's right. I got a chance to be here for the game in '94.
That was
the
last
time,
but that was at Daytona Beach, yes. I believe. But the University first state title since '94, 7th in state history. And then Brett Northview in 1A last night defeated Trenton 42-21, first state title for the Northview Chiefs over at Brett there near Pensacola.
The 5A through 8A championship games are set. We'll talk about those coming up at the half. Also, take a look at our first half numbers. Crawling his way across the 25. And again, a timeout by University after the run by Bruton.
3rd down and 4 coming up, and a timeout Suns.
So the Suns stop the clock with 1:45 to play. 1:45 left in the second quarter. So the Cowboys will be facing a 3rd down and 3. If they can pick up a first down, that will likely keep University from getting it back one last time. But if University is able to make a stop here, that should give them enough time. They should have pretty good field position if they can make the stop, probably somewhere near midfield.
And, you know, we said before the game that this is going to play out as a game where Madison is going to run the ball. They're going to run the ball. They're going to try and play defense. And they're going to try and hold University School down, a high-powered offense. Well, that's what's happened.
Yeah.
The game plan for Mike Coe in Madison County in this first half has worked pretty much about as perfectly as it could have and gone according to form. You've been able to keep the ball away from University School, and except for that last drive, the Suns haven't been able to move the ball. If you can take a 2-touchdown lead into halftime, you got to be pretty happy about that.
So a big 3rd down and 3 play here, and the pitch back, and I don't believe they're going to get it. Bruton, the ball carrier, stopped short of the first down, and University burns their final timeout.
There you go. Now you're going to get the ball back.
Well, Marty, University coming in with a record of 11-0. They had 2 games that were canceled, one due to lightning against Treasure Coast, the other to Edison because of the hurricane scare.
Well, that was Hurricane Sandy. Yeah, that went through, I believe.
Their closest margin of victory this year,
17.
Their first game of the season against Madison Trotwood of Ohio, a game that was played on ESPN.
Actually, well, yeah, that was 33-14, and they beat Island Coast by 17, 44-27. Then American Heritage in the playoffs, 34-17. So that was their tied, I guess, for the closest game. But American Heritage was a game that was a revenge game for them. They lost to them last year in the playoffs to University School. American Heritage won the state title. You kind of think the state title runs for those 2 schools right now, and that was the feeling when University beat American Heritage. But Madison County so far saying, not so fast, my friend. We play some pretty good football up here in North Florida. And they're showing it so far here in this first half.
Sam Bruce back to receive the punt. He's going to let it bounce. And it's going to take a Madison County roll inside the 35-yard line down to the 30. So with 1:24 to play in the first half, the Suns will get it back one final time, down by 2 scores. And we'll see if Mike White can direct this team down the field.
Plenty of time, 1:23. You don't have any timeouts, but if you're able to get a big play or two, plenty of time to get in scoring position. So a little bit of nerve time here for Madison County. They need a defensive stop. University's got to go about 70 yards, or maybe they just try to go and get another field goal before the half.
Mike White being recruited by Oklahoma State, Marshall, Indiana, and Buffalo. He's a pretty good baseball player as they try to set up the screen. And initially getting the hit for Madison County, at least slowing down the receiver, was Devontae Gallen.
Devontae Gallen, number 10 on the hit. He also had Trey Arnold in there as well. That's not a very good play. You don't gain any yards, A. You stay in bounds, B. That's a couple reasons. Here you see White running for his life, and Madison read that well. That was a nice play as Gallen came in and looked like also Shedrick Williams in there to make a hit as well.
But they come right back to complete a pass for a first down. The catch made by Lawan Hunt.
That'll stop the clock, but there's already 47 seconds to go, so you've already used about 25 seconds on this drive.
White with 2 receivers to his left, 1 receiver to his right. Has time. Has a player wide open. The catch is made inside the 30-yard line. Emmanuel Soto was wide open on the play, and now with 34 seconds to play, as we take a look at it again, here come the Suns.
Now Mike White steps up in the pocket. You know what? Soto, if he hits him in stride, he goes to score a touchdown, but where he hit him, he was able to just fall out of bounds. But there's the big play you need. It stops the clock with 34 seconds to go. All of a sudden, you're at the Madison 26.
Plenty of time for the Suns to take a couple of shots at the end zone. They're out of timeouts. They trail 17-3. White looking left and overthrows the intended receiver. Intended for Lawan Hunt, but good coverage on the play. But that does stop the clock. Now with 30 seconds to play. Second down and 10. Hunt, 5'9" junior. Roger Harriet noted that Mike White's pitching helped him in high-pressure situations. This is kind of one here. You'd like to get some more points up on the board. White with 2 receivers to either side. Gets hit as he releases it, and it's almost intercepted. It went into and out of the hands of Madison County's Trey Arnold. We'll take a look at it again.
This looked like it should have been interception, and it probably should have, but I think Arnold just got screened long enough by Sam Bruce that he couldn't see the ball come in until the very last second. Otherwise, that's an easy interception for Trey Arnold.
Yeah, Suns dodge a bullet there. Third down and 10. 24 seconds left in the half. And again, 2 receivers to either side for quarterback Mike White. Madison County with 8 men up on the line of scrimmage. White to the air. Right side. Caught for a first down. Sam Bruce. They'll stop the clock while they move the chains. 18 seconds left in the half.
Nice catch by Bruce. Again, no timeouts for University School. 17 seconds. You can try a couple plays. And there's a down play there by Smith. So that takes one second off the clock. Actually,
probably a good idea. Something that we didn't see in the Alabama-Georgia game.
So. Well, yeah, you're right. And you know, you just never know how that's gonna happen. That happened last night in the Godby-Robinson game. A ball was caught inside the 5, and then apparently the receiver shouldn't have caught the ball because Robinson was out of timeouts, and they ran out of time in that game in Class 5A. So, you know, you just never know. Downing the ball is usually the best policy there. You saw that, you're right, with Georgia. And then they unfortunately got a tip ball that the receiver just caught, and he ran out of time. It's just, you got to catch the ball, though. That's the thing. You can't just, you want to catch the ball, but it's always a tough decision, especially with the time left. Timeout being called by Madison County, and they have 1 remaining.
And you can pick up a first down here. You don't have to score the touchdown. They need to get it inside the 5 to pick up a first down. But with only 16 seconds left, you might want to just take a couple of shots at the end zone. Since you're out of timeouts, you don't want to throw something underneath. It may not give you enough time to get off a good play.
Well, we'll see what happens when we come back. It's 2nd and 10, but if you're Madison or if you're University School, you really got to think what you do here. Obviously, you got to go to the sideline if you do something to try to go to the end zone. You got to make sure that you don't run out of time, that you're able to at least get yourself in position to score some points here before the half.
This game, unlike the game a couple of years ago in which University lost to Trinity Catholic 56-55 in triple overtime. Trying to get it into the end zone. Receiver there. It's caught for the touchdown.
That is a nice throw by Mike White right to DJ Taylor.
First time that the Suns have hit pay dirt today, and they're within 1 score. And it comes with 10 seconds to play in the half.
And if you're Mike White, you roll to your right. DJ Taylor, he's open in the middle of the field. That is a nice throw right in between the Madison County defender, right at the end zone. Big play, and just like that, University School back within 7 right before the half. They're back in this game, scoring 10 points in the last 2 drives.
Elon Cruss in for the point after to bring them within 7. They're waiting for the hold guy, the man that holds the football, though. He's not on the field. Here he comes. Jalen Battle will hold. Got to have a holder to make the kick, don't you?
I think somebody told him, hey, man, we scored.
The hold is good. The kick is long enough, and the kick is good. So the Sons of University get in the end zone for the first time today, and we've got ourselves a ball game now, Marty, at 17-10.
Yeah, and again, that was a key drive. Madison went 3 and out. University had to use the timeouts, but they gave University just enough time to come down and score. As you see the touchdown again for Mike White, a 15-yard touchdown pass over to DJ Taylor, who's had a big first half. And that is a huge score. University School's been dominated most of this half. There they are back within 7.
And on that last play, you saw Sam Bruce. He was the inside receiver. DJ Taylor was the outside receiver, but it was Bruce that went outside, and Taylor came inside. And a nice throw by Mike White.
And this, if you're Mike Coe, this is what you're afraid of. Your team, you're going to run the ball. That's what they've done in the first half. But University School will move it quickly. If you give them a chance, they can move it. And that drive took 1 minute 13 seconds. Those 2 scoring drives, the field goal drive, took about 1.5 minutes, I think, as well. And just like that, you get 10 points in about the last 5 minutes of this half.
And now the total yards are fairly even. 176 for Madison County, 174 for University.
And if you're Roger Harriet, that's another good sign. Your offense is getting it together now after kind of a slow beginning.
Mike White, 13 of 18 through the air, 176 yards and the 1 touchdown. The kick headed towards the end zone. It will be a touchback. And Madison County, I would expect them to take a knee with only 10 seconds to play in the half and at least go into the locker room with a 7-point lead. And again, Mike Coe said, guys, if we can keep this thing close, I like our chances. We'll see what happens. Well, right now they're out in front by 7, and if they can keep that running game going in the second half, Marty, I like their chances too.
Well, the good news is they've come out and told University School, we're here, and they're here to play and here to stay for this game, it looks like, and that was what was the key to get going in that second quarter and get to that 17-point lead. And Madison taking the lead into the half, I think, maybe surprised a lot of people watching this game. But, again, you know that Madison's got talent. You know they got big guys on that line, and they're using it at their advantages. Sure, the Cowboys will probably take a knee now and go to halftime.
And how about using the timeouts to get the football back as Madison County does take a knee. 8 plays, 70-yard drive for University. They get on the scoreboard in the end zone for the first time today. And as we head to the locker rooms, it's the Cowboys of Madison County, the defending state runners-up 17, nationally ranked University 10. This is the 3A state championship game from the Citrus Bowl in Orlando. We'll take a look at the first half numbers. We'll also give you a sneak preview of the 5A through 8A state championship games coming up at the half.
Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together and help me welcome performing our halftime routine, the University School Sons varsity cheerleaders.
Out here, away from it all, a guy can get to thinking, what makes peanuts America's most popular nut? Well, for one thing, they've got more antioxidants than broccoli, carrots, or even green tea. Why, they're a bona fide superfood with more than 30 vitamins and nutrients. And the taste, well, that's pretty hard to beat. Guess when you really think about it, good things happen for a reason. I'm Nick Marshall, and I'm a Florida peanut farmer. I dig peanuts, so you can dig them too.
We can get a player up here.
Oh, that's good stuff.
All right, perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream. Camera 3. Beautiful. We're coming in on 1. For more information on how your school can join the Play On School broadcast program, go to playonsports.com/SBP.
One match away from immortality.
This is a total team effort.
We're gonna come at you.
One shot.
Now ready for Parkview, number 21, Matt Olson.
For today's halftime performance, join the Cowboys as they enter the club for a night of jazz. Officers this year were Lyric Davis, Joshua Stafford, Cullen Goods, Courtney Baylor. Captains for the percussion line, Joseph Nelson and Jamari Robinson, and the auxiliary guards, Anisha Davis and Jasmine Hall. Titles today will include Sing Sing Sing, Harlem Nocturne, and Land of Make Believe. Today's soloists are George DeHero and Lyric Davis. Ladies and gentlemen, your very own Madison County High School Vaquero guard.
The Madison County Band entertaining the fans, the Cowboys, who made their way to the Citrus Bowl in Orlando. And right now they're enjoying a 17-10 halftime lead against nationally ranked University School. University found themselves down 17-0 in this one, Marty, before University was able to get a little momentum before the end of the first half.
Yeah, it all started. Madison County got a field goal in the first quarter to go up 3-0. And then in the second quarter on 4th and 1, DJ McKnight pitches it to Keon Bruton. He's able to run it into the end zone behind a couple of blockers. And that gave Madison a 10-0 lead at that point. It was actually Bruton or Wells. But here you go, the long pass from McKnight to a wide-open Shedrick Williams down the sideline.
Wide open.
And all of a sudden, Madison led it 17-0 with 4:38 to go in the second quarter. But then University gets a field goal to make it 17-3. And then right before the half, Mike White, with 15 seconds to go, rolls right, throws over the middle of the field, complete to DJ Taylor for the touchdown. And that gets University School back to within 17-10 here at the half. So University School right back in this game after Madison County scored the first 17 points.
Yeah, capped an 8-play, 70-yard drive, and the Madison County drives really consumed a lot of time. 7:08 on their first touchdown drive, and then also a short drive for University there at the end of the first half that only consumed 1 minute and 13 seconds. So either way, you still come away with points, but Madison County has done a good job of controlling the clock here in the first half and keeping that University offense off the field.
And University, they're not even trying to run the ball. -2 yards in the first half, a 176 through the air. Madison more balanced, 99 yards rushing, 75 passing. The plays are pretty even, 33 for Madison, 29 for University, but Madison's had the ball for almost 6.5 more minutes in this first half.
So the total yards are even at 174 apiece, but Madison County with a 7-point lead here in the Class 3A state championship game. Back after this.
Out here, away from it all, a guy can get to thinking, what makes peanuts America's most popular nut? Well, for one thing, they've got more antioxidants than broccoli, carrots, or even green tea. Why, they're a bona fide superfood with more than 30 vitamins and nutrients. And the taste? Well, that's pretty hard to beat. Yes, when you really think about it, good things happen for a reason. I'm Nick Marshall, and I'm a Florida peanut farmer. I dig peanuts, so you can dig them too.
We can get a player up here.
Oh, that's good stuff.
All right, perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream. Camera 3. Beautiful. We're coming in on 1.
For more information on how your school can join the Play On School broadcast program, go to playonsports.com/SBP.
One match away from immortality.
This is a total team effort.
We're gonna come at you.
One shot.
Now ready for Parkview, number 21, Matt Olson.
Ladies and gentlemen, the 2012 Madison County High School Vaquero Guard. Fans of Madison County High School are under the direction of Mr. Jeff Hill, Reggie Cruz, Melissa Stewart, and David Sanders. Principal is Mr. Ben Killingsworth, and Superintendent of Schools is Doug Brown. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for your support, and go Cowboys!
Welcome back to the Citrus Bowl in Orlando. The Class 3A state championship game is at the half. Madison County surprising University 17-10. Don't forget, coming up is the Class 4A state championship which will be a rematch of last year's state championship, a game in which the Bulldogs trailed by 13 points in the fourth quarter, but were able to rally and beat Booker T. Washington. Booker T. Washington ranked number 1 in Class 4A, 12-1. Bowles, Corky Rogers, the legendary coach, now 13-0 in bowls in state semifinal games. That should be a good one later tonight. But here in this game, let's take a look at our first half stats, Marty. As we mentioned, going to the break, each team with 174 yards of total offense, and the time of possession heavily in Madison County's favor.
And first downs are even, though, at 10 apiece, but the rushing yards a big edge for Madison County. University School with negative rushing. Passing, though, University with an edge. Both teams had a turnover. University with a fumble, as well as Madison County. And the time of possession, right, 15:06 to 8:54 for Madison. Penalties even as well. Not a lot of penalties. 2 for 25 for University, 2 for 16 for Madison County. But what's gotten him back in this game individually, Keon Bruton, 69 yards rushing, a touchdown for Madison County. DJ McKnight, 5 of 6, 75 yards and a touchdown. Had a pretty good first half passing, but on the other side, Mike White, he's the offense for University School, 13 of 18, 176 yards and a touchdown. DJ Taylor, 4 catches for 37 yards and a score. And then Jordan Cunningham with 3 for 57. Emmanuel Soto, 2 for 53. Leading rusher, again, running game not going at all for University School. Jordan Scarlett, 5 carries, 7 yards in the first half.
So again, our halftime score, Madison County 17, University of Fort Lauderdale 10. We'll take another break, come back with more of the 3A title game here at the Citrus Bowl in Orlando.
Out here, away from it all, a guy can get to thinking, what makes peanuts America's most popular nut? Well, for one thing, they've got more antioxidants than broccoli, carrots, or even green tea. Why, they're a bona fide superfood with more than 30 vitamins and nutrients. And the taste? Well, that's pretty hard to beat. Yes, when you really think about it, good things happen for a reason. I'm Nick Marshall, and I'm a Florida peanut farmer. I dig peanuts, so you can dig them too.
We can get a player up here.
Oh, that's good stuff.
All right, perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream. Camera 3. Beautiful. We're coming in on 1.
For more information on how your school can join the Play On School broadcast program, go to playonsports.com/SBP.
One match away from immortality.
This is a total team effort.
We're gonna come at you.
One shot.
Now ready for Parkview, number 21, Matt Olson.
Both teams are on the field, so we're ready for the start of the third quarter. Madison County with a 17-10 lead against University, and it will be the Suns to get the football to begin the second half. It'll be interesting to see or know later what Roger Harriet told his team at the break, as they're down by just one score now.
Well, they seem to figure it out there at the end of the second quarter, scoring those 10 points to get it within 17-10. So I'm sure he still had plenty to say to his team, as University School coming into this game was considered a favorite. But again, Madison County came out early on, just ran the ball and threw the ball right at the Suns. But now University School gets the ball to start the second half, only down a touchdown.
And Roger Harriet singled out his defensive coordinator, Chad Wilson, in the job that he's done this year as we look at the university staff there. But Roger Harriet talked about the key for the defense this year has been the emotion that they bring. They really feed off of each other. So it'll be interesting to see if that was something that Coach Harriet challenged his defense in the locker room to stop this Madison County football team, or at least slow them down a little bit to give his offense a little bit more opportunity. Here comes the kick, a low line drive kick, angling to the near sideline, picked up inside the 15-yard line. It's the sophomore on the return, and it's Scarlett across the 25 up to the 26-yard line. So good field position for University to begin their first offensive possession of the second half. Scarlett, a freshman All-American last year, 22 offers as a sophomore. But Scarlett was somewhat quiet in that first half. 5 carries, 9 yards for Scarlett, who also only caught 2 passes for 4 yards.
A great first half for Scarlett. Very quiet on the offense in the first half. And the University ran for negative rushing yards in the first half.
White going to hand it off to Scarlett, who's hit behind the line of scrimmage. It looks like it might be a face mask. On the stop for Madison County was Brandon Crawford.
Yeah, it's going to be a face mask on Crawford, or one of the Cowboys defenders there.
And it's a personal foul, 15-yarder.
He actually started to point towards University School, but it will be on the Madison County Cowboys. And again, we talked about Roger Harriet earlier, a graduate of St. Thomas Aquinas. It's a 15-yard is the penalty on the face mask. He's a Broward County guy, St. Thomas Aquinas. And, a lot of success they've had there, and he's tried to mirror University School after that. And that's a pretty good program to mirror your program after. We know what Aquinas has done. And, George Smith left Aquinas 2 years ago, down a little bit last year's. But how about beating Manatee last night in the state semifinals of 70? Number 1 ranked in the country, Manatee. Not only that, Aquinas pounded them at home. So Roger Harriet, again, trying to lead University School at its first state title.
Penalty takes it up to the 36-yard line on first down and 10. White passes out in the flat. Caught by DJ Taylor, turning it upfield for another first down.
Again, we've seen that play about 4 times now to DJ Taylor. Just a quick pass over to the left to the right flat. One time it was actually a fumble by Taylor. But again, that's a pretty easy play. Taylor has plenty of room ahead of him there, and easily able to pick up the first down into Madison County territory.
Taylor hauled in that 15-yard touchdown pass for Mike White with just just 10 seconds to play. It consumed only a minute 13 on that final drive of the first half, giving them a little momentum, but did that ball get tipped? Taylor couldn't hold on to the pass. It's incomplete.
Yeah, that was close again, but that definitely was a forward pass. Got to be careful with that play, because University School lost one in the first half. That was called a backwards pass to Taylor.
Taylor, the inside receiver. 3 receivers to the right for White. Scarlett, the lone setback. Second down and 10 for the Suns. Just 30 seconds into the second half. Suns trying to tie the game up on this drive. White's pass, a diving attempt, but no, out of bounds. It was caught, but out of bounds by Jordan Cunningham. And the incomplete pass will now bring up third down and 10.
Yeah, pass intended over there on the sideline, just a little bit wide as Mike White hanging in there. And once again, we've seen University School, they're not trying to run the ball at all. They're just going down the field throwing almost every down. Now they face another 3rd and 10.
Plenty of time. Now White flushed down the pocket just a bit. Throws downfield. Receiver there. That's Taylor. He's got a first down.
Oh, and he took a hit right there by Trey Arnold. But there again is DJ Taylor. And with Jordan Cunningham having problems, leg cramps, and really limping, DJ Taylor's taken over this game at receiver.
A number of times we've seen Mike White, just by enough time, taking a couple of steps to his right or to his left, to find the open receiver. The Suns at the 30 of Madison County, first down and 10. White to the air again. Had an open receiver, but led Sam Bruce just a little bit too much. It's incomplete.
Over the middle looking for Bruce. Tell you, Roger Harried has decided we're just going to throw the ball. I mean, that's all we're going to do. We can't run the ball. We haven't been able to run the ball. Let's just throw the ball against Madison County. And it's working somewhat. But, of course, this is also a team that's been behind as the officials have called a timeout. 11:03 to go early in the third quarter.
We're going to talk to Coach Harriet about something. It'll be a 2nd down and 10 coming up for the Suns. And the chant of "Let's Go Suns" from those who made the trip from the Fort Lauderdale area.
Yeah, they've got some folks that have made the trip. I think there's a few more Madison people, but you see the crowd from University School located there in Davie in Broward County. Warm day at the Citrus Bowl. Folks using the fans again. There you see throughout the crowd. Those are the Madison folks coming down from North Florida. Say about a 3-hour drive, 3.5 hour drive to Orlando for the Madison folks.
White flushed from the pocket. The only player in the area was DJ Taylor. White doing a good job of just getting rid of it, not trying to force anything.
They got pressured again and really nowhere to throw the ball at all. Madison bringing good pressure on the University School quarterback. Some animated Madison County coaches there, Booth. That's to the right. At least one coach.
White this time out of the pistol. On 3rd down and 10, Madison County jumped but got back. Scarlett the lone setback. White with 2 receivers to either side. Buys a little time as he rolls out to his right and finds his receiver, Emmanuel Soto.
That's going to be a catch. Wow. Low pass, Soto. That is a diving catch for a first down.
No, it's not enough for a first down.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought he was at the 18. You're right, the 23. Short. And, ooh, that's a nice play even to catch that ball by Soto if he did.
But it does
they're going to
like,
say it's, wait a minute.
Does look like 4-down territory.
Yeah, it's 4th and 4. Actually, they need to get to the 20 now. That is a completed pass.
So the Suns are going to go for it on 4th down.
Looks like they're trying to draw him maybe. Yep.
Play clock down now to 2 seconds, and they may not get this one off. They don't.
Well, that cannot be. Is that what they were trying to do? I mean, thought they were trying to draw him off sides, but you either got to call timeout or snap the ball. That's really a strange play there to take a 5-yard penalty.
I'm not sure you go for it now.
It's 4th and 9. Well, you kind of have to. You can't kick a field goal. I mean, you could. I don't know if your kicker is going to kick it 46 yards, but you might as well just go for it here at the 29. You're not going to punt the ball. So that's an interesting call there. They couldn't get the playoff, and maybe they thought they were going to get the playoff and just ran out of time.
So 4th down and 9 for the Suns. They are going to go for it as White looks downfield, throws over the head of Taylor, who wants a flag, but good coverage in the secondary.
Wow, the University School sideline wants a flag. Everybody over there is upset at the referee. Here's Taylor. The pass is high, and there may be a little bit of, I don't think there's anything you can really call there on Madison County. There's a little bit of contact, but they're both fighting for the ball there at the 18-yard line, and that would have been right at the first down, or past the first down marker. So give Madison credit, the defense holds.
Second time they've stopped them on a 4th down play.
And that one early in the game, and Madison went after that and went down and kicked a field goal.
9:57 to play in the third quarter. Madison County begins their first offensive possession of the second half from their own 29-yard line. They lead at 17-10 here in the 3A title game. Back split behind McKnight. DJ will hand the football off, running it straight ahead. A gain of a couple. A host of white jerseys there to drive back Keon Bruton.
And Bruton had the second quarter touchdown. Has got 69 yards at the half, the leading rusher for Madison County. Now you're going to see the Cowboys go back to what they do well. They're going to run. There's 3 yards on first down, so 2nd and 7. But again, can Madison get back to how they were on offense early in the second quarter? They struggled a bit at the end of the first half.
Gain of 3, 2nd down and 7. In motion to the near side, Deontay Oliver, who is really the unsung hero at times for this football team, as the ball carrier that time got driven back, nothing there. But Mike Coe talked about Oliver and what he brings to this team. You see 25 right there on the right-hand side of your screen. He does all the dirty work, according to Coach Mike Coe.
That time, no gain on the play, as he was able to kind of string out Oliver. But you mentioned a junior wingback, Deontay Oliver. Not a very big back, but now officials will take timeout again.
So after a gain of 3 and a loss of 3, it's 3rd down and 10 for the Cowboys.
Yeah, that was a loss. You're right, of 3 after they gained 3 on first down. I don't know why we're stopping the clock here, but we're back to action now.
8:40 left in the third quarter. A chant of defense now from the Suns fans. Play action. McKnight.
Anderson.
And the Suns come up with a big defensive play. Intercepted by Jalen Battle, the senior. Puts Fort Lauderdale back in business.
You know, DJ McKnight doesn't make a lot of mistakes, only 3 interceptions on the season, but this was a big mistake. He was getting pressured. There were 3 university players in the area right around the 40-yard line, and there's Jalen Battle, number 5, the senior, cut in front and make the interception. That is the second Madison County turnover of the game, and then also worse for the Cowboys, it comes on their own side of the field, so University School gets great field position. 1st and 10 at the Cowboys' 42. So now we've had Madison with 2 turnovers and University School with 1.
Mike White will work with 3 receivers to his left. Scarlett, the lone setback. And he fakes a throw and hands it off to Scarlett running right, and he gets a good block on the right edge.
Is that the Statue of Liberty? What was that? He didn't put the arm up, but he handed the ball behind his back, did White. Here you see it. And Scarlett was right behind him.
And you see 53, Mike Irizarry, throwing the block, springing him for additional yardage.
Gain of 6 on that play. Irizarry's a junior. He's another guy highly regarded on this University School team.
Scarlett straight ahead. Stopped by Chris O'Hara, the linebacker. Player limping to the sidelines for Madison County. That's Devontae Gallen. That last play, a gain of 2, 3rd down and 1 for the Suns. Under 8 minutes to play in the third quarter. They trail 17-10. White will hand it off to Scarlett again, running left. He's got the first down. He fumbles the football. The Cowboys had it. Did they hold on to it? Now University's claiming that they got it back, and they did.
University says they haven't. The referees agree. Wow, that's a huge break because Scarlett put that ball on the ground. He got the first down. As you see around left side, went up the middle, ball knocked out.
And watch Trey Arnold, 13 right here. Actually, that is 29. My apologies.
That's Deontay Wells, and he tried to fall on the ball and couldn't. And then the Suns able to come back and recover. There's another one of those things. You got to fall on the ball, and he tried to. He just couldn't quite fall on it.
Arnold went in there late, but he couldn't get it either. So the Suns retained possession. White to the air as he makes a perfect throw, a beautiful hit. But despite the hit by Deontay Oliver, the receiver holds on to the football. That's a nice grab there by Sam Bruce.
And that is a nice play call. They loaded up on the right side. They cleared the left side out for Sam Bruce, the freshman, the nephew of Isaac Bruce. He makes a nice catch, but again, there's the hit by Deontay Oliver. But it does pick up 7 yards, and a 2nd and 3 coming up now.
Scarlett Gets the handoff. He's got some room to the outside. Cuts back inside. A flag on the play as he picks up the first down. And let's check the penalty here. 6:55 to play in the third quarter.
Believe this to be a hold against the Suns. And the referee's still conferring about it. It's turned out to be a pretty entertaining game here in this 3A state championship game. That is a hold, as you see, against University School. So that's going to back it up to the, as you take a look there at
Ira Denson has been on both sides of the football right now, getting a breather. The Florida State commit on the sideline for Madison County. White on second down and 15. Buys time again by his ability to roll out as a wide open receiver in the left corner of the end zone, but he cannot connect. Sam Bruce was wide open on the play, but the pass is incomplete. We have another flag on the play.
And that's back at the 33-yard line.
Roughing the passer.
Oh, so they get another first down. Sam Bruce is wide open. There's nobody around him. That pass, well, it was in his hands. Just a little bit high, though, and a tough catch for Bruce over his head. But otherwise, that is a easy 6 points. But we are going to get a first down for University School on the roughing the passer against Madison County.
And it will take the football inside the 15. Suns inside the red zone. They trail by one score. 6:42 to play in the third quarter in this 3A state championship game from Orlando Citrus Bowl. Out of the pistol formation. He'll hand it off to Scarlett, running left. Scarlett's got some daylight. He's in the end zone. Touchdown, University. The Suns are an extra point conversion away from tying the game.
And that time, Jordan Scarlett, we saw him get going a bit on this drive after a pretty quiet first half. Easy run around left in. It's going to be a 14-yard touchdown as out of the shotgun. White turns around, hands it off to Scarlett. There's a lot of room on the left side, and this is one of those runs where he's barely touched right at the goal line. That's the only Madison County player that got close to him. So you're right, with 6:36 to go here in the third, an extra point here will tie this game.
And for the point after, Elon Kruss, their senior place kicker, right-footed kicker, puts it high enough, long enough, but no good.
Wow. Missed it wide left, so Madison County holds a 1-point lead still for now. And that's another one of those drives that looked like Madison had a fumble. They couldn't fall on it. University School kept the drive alive. There was a big penalty there as well, and Scarlett able to run it in. And University was down 17-0, now within one at 17-16.
Well, after a couple of blowouts yesterday, Marty, we got ourselves a good one finally in the FHSAA football finals.
Well, I tell you, the 2A game was a pretty good game until the fourth quarter yesterday.
That's true. Yep.
But yeah, you're right. This game has been pretty intriguing the way Madison County started the game on fire. Now the way University School has come back, and now with half of the third and all the fourth quarter to go, I think we've settled into what's going to be a pretty exciting ending of this 3A championship game. There is Shedrick.
Andrew Duraco set to kick it away.
Cedric Williams to return for the Cowboys.
Cedric Williams is on the near side. To his right, over on the far side, is Deontay Wells. .636 left in the third quarter. 1-point game. It's a deep kick. And this will not be returned as Cedric Williams makes the catch in the end zone for a touchback.
Well, how does Madison respond now after giving up another touchdown? Their offense needs to get it going again, as on their last drive, the DJ McKnight threw an interception, which led to that touchdown for University School. They got that short field, got the ball at the 42 of Madison County and scored. So we'll see what the Cowboys come back with. And you got to think Mike Coe will continue to just run it, pound it at University Schools defense.
And big 74, Ira Denson is back in the lineup on the offensive side now. As McKnight fakes the handoff and keeps it. A gain of a couple. Pulled that ball out at the last minute. Decided to keep it. Actually, they will give him an additional yard, a gain of 3. 2nd down and 7. Madison County had a 17-0 lead. It's been 16 unanswered points for University. Chant of defense from the Suns fans as McKnight hands it off again. Nothing but white jerseys there to stop the ball carrier, Keon Bruton.
Yeah, it looks like University now has obviously figured out what's going on here with Madison. They're stacking everyone up at the line. And now Madison County with a 3rd and 3. This is a huge 3rd down conversion for the Madison County offense.
Only one receiver for McKnight. He's to his right. DJ hands it off. And they've got the 1st down. When you can run behind that big 315-pound offensive lineman. Ira Denson over there.
Back in the game. And it looked at first like they weren't getting the yards, but it just keep moving forward. And Bruton did get that 1st down and keeps the chains moving right at the 1st down markers. That brings us to the 3rd quarter water break.
Vincent Demina, 75, 6'2", 275. There you see the pair.
Yeah, that's a load on the right side of that Cowboy offensive line, and I would run behind those guys all day if I could, and that's exactly what Madison County's trying to do.
Give the Cowboys credit. Again, Mike Coe pulling his version of Vince Dooley. If you want to go back to the 70s and 80s from the University of Georgia or the former Notre Dame coach, Lou Holtz.
Yeah, you're right, and today's game is presented by the Florida Peanut Growers.
Speaking
Peanuts,
of Georgia.
Energy for the good life.
Jimmy Carter.
Jimmy Carter, yes, the peanut farmer himself in Georgia. Go to nationalpeanutboard.org for more information. Today's game and all the games being presented by Florida Peanut Growers. And, Mike Coe did pull the Vince Dooley a little bit, but it's so far, you wonder if he was just doing that to fire up his team or just to try to make everyone think that his team didn't have a chance and play a trick on him. Because it's pretty clear Madison County's got a chance here in this game.
Right now they're concerned about taking off as much time of that clock as they can. They've been able to sustain some long drives, 4 minutes and 15 seconds on their first scoring drive, which led to a Zach Money 27-yard field goal in the first quarter, and then a 7-minute and 8-second drive for their first touchdown, a 1-yard run by Keon Bruton that came in the second quarter to give Madison County a 10-0 lead. Right now the Cowboys lead by 1, but a 1st down and 10 at their own 31-yard line.
Back to action here after that timeout. It's another look at Roger Harriet, head coach of the University School Suns. Trying to win their first state title.
Trying to run as much time as he can as he gets that play clock now under 10 seconds. And Ira Denson out there throwing blocks for Bruton. Actually, that was Wells, 29, not 23.
Yeah, Denson now is limping back to the Madison County line very slowly. He is banged up. We saw Ira Denson earlier on the sideline. He's kind of been in and out, it looks like, of this third quarter with some sort of injury. He's back, though, on that offensive line.
You see Denson and Demina shifting to the left side of the line. And on second down, they'll run it straight ahead with Bruton this time. up to the 38-yard line. But again, trying to run as much clock as they can as we're under 4 minutes to play in the third quarter. And you see Denson here, even with that gimpy ankle, still able to drive the defender some, but you can tell that he's laboring right now.
Yeah, that ankle, looks like you're right, and he's staying in the game. But, I mean, sometimes you're just big enough, all you got to do is push, and you can get some space, but that's what he did that time.
And then sometimes, you just got to suck it up.
That's easy for me to say. I'm up here, but you're in a state championship game, so yeah, you're right.
You got to hang it all out, leave it all out on the field. Here's Bruton again as he gets it near the 40. That was a 3rd and 3 play, and that means it's 4th down and a yard, and I would imagine they will punt it here.
Yeah, you're right. They get near the 40, but they need another yard. Actually, that's almost 2 yards short. I can see where the yard marker is, maybe about 1.5 yards. So this is a tough decision. You're on your own side of the field, so the first instinct is to punt it, but Madison needs some momentum. Everything's going the way of University School, so it looks like Mike Coe again is going to go for it.
Yeah, Mike Coe may feel like University does have the momentum right now, and he needs to get the momentum back, so they're going to go for it on 4th down and just under 2 yards, or maybe the hard count.
Yeah, that's what they were trying, to get him off sides. Now Madison will take a timeout, and maybe you'll see the punter now. But you never know. The offense may come back on the field.
As we take a look at some of the stats here in the third quarter, total yards in University's favor, we were even at 174 apiece.
That last drive of 42 yards for University School put them over the top now. 250 total yards for the Suns, 185 for Madison County. Time of possession a little more even, 16:32 to 12:52 for Madison County. But look at the passing numbers, 223 for University School, only 27 yards rushing. Madison was 75 rushing, or passing, 110 rushing. So much more balanced attack for Madison County. But that has been kind of what we expected. University School has got the big play capability, and that's what they've been using. Meanwhile, Madison's sticking on the ground with 32 rushes, only 7 pass attempts.
And they're going to go for it. The punter is not on the field, Marty. Madison County will, in fact, go for it on 4th down and about 1.5 yards. Bruton and Wells in the backfield behind the quarterback, McKnight, who fakes the handoff, runs off to the right side, and he has the first down.
Easily. That is an easy first down. McKnight kept it himself, and he got about 10 yards. Good call, again, by Madison County. McKnight, fake, that triple option. Keeps it himself, takes on a tackler, and moves all the way up to the 48, 49-yard line. Gain of 9 on that play.
Yeah, they're back in University territory. And a chance now to run this clock at least until the end of the third quarter.
Yeah, again, keep the ball away from University as much as you can if you're the Cowboys.
Once again, it's Bruton and Wells in the backfield. Bruton gets the call, and he squirts through. He runs into the secondary. It's a first down for Madison County.
Oh, he did. It looked like there wasn't any space, and Bruton found his way through a small hole. And for a minute, it looked like he was going to break that to the end zone. Look at Bruton up the middle, breaks the tackle, takes on a defender, takes on another defender, and another pickup on the play of about 16 yards.
And that puts him pretty close to 100 on the day.
And Bruton with a touchdown rushing as well.
And in fact, that does give him 100 yards on 22 carries. He's averaging 4.5 yards per carry. First down and 10 for the Cowboys at the 36 of University. They lead by 1, 17-16, as we approach the end of the third quarter. Good open field tackle. Wesley Smith, senior defensive back, makes a good stop. It's a loss of 1 on the play.
Yeah, he came up there, did Smith, and he was not going to let Wells get away from him on this carry. That is a nice play to hold on and trip up Deontay Wells.
Second down and 11. Under a minute to play now in the third quarter. McKnight, as the whistle blows, flag on the play, and I think it may be a delay of game. Ball start, actually, on the offense. Either way, it's 5 yards. Pushes the ball back to the 42. Well, now, on second down and 16, it may take them somewhat out of their element. They may have to put the ball in the air. And you remember what happened last time we saw McKnight throw the football?
He threw an interception. He did throw a long touchdown pass earlier in the game as well to Shedrick Williams. Now, this is really not, you're right, Madison County does not want to be in a second and 16 situation very often.
Another flag.
Wow, and now they're going backwards. This is going to be a false start, I believe, on the Cowboys as well. Now it's going to be second and 21. Think about shooting yourself in the foot. You get a nice drive going here, and now you're moving backwards on the penalties.
Back to the 47. 21 seconds left in the third quarter. Madison County holding on by 1 point in this 3A state title game against the nationally ranked Sons of University School out of Fort Lauderdale. Mike Rideout along with Marty Palman. Don't forget, the 4A title game coming up tonight at 7:07. It will be Bowles and Booker T. Washington and a rematch of last year's title game. They won't have to snap it before the quarter ends. And that is the end of the third quarter here in Orlando. The Madison County players and coaches hold up 4 fingers. We're headed to the fourth and final quarter in the 3A state championship game. At the end of 3, it's Madison County 17, University School 16. We'll return to the Citrus Bowl in Orlando right after this.
Out here, away from it all, a guy can get to thinking, what makes peanuts America's most popular nut? Well, for one thing, they've got more antioxidants than broccoli, carrots, or even green tea. Why, they're a bona fide superfood with more than 30 vitamins and nutrients. And the taste? Well, that's pretty hard to beat. Yes, when you really think about it, good things happen for a reason. I'm Nick Marshall, and I'm a Florida peanut farmer. I dig peanuts, so you can dig them too.
We can get a player up here.
Oh, that's good stuff.
All right, perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream. Camera 3. Beautiful. We're coming in on 1.
For more information on how your school can join the Play On School broadcast program, go to playonsports.com/SBP.
1 match away from immortality.
This is a total team effort.
We're gonna come at you.
One shot at this.
Third down and 3 for the Indians. Oh, the ball came loose. Tiger's going to pick it up. Look at that. Took it back and scored. Whoa, that's unbelievable.
Second down and 21 for the Cowboys, and it is Bruton spinning away from one tackle but not another.
He ran into...
That was Wesley Smith.
Yeah, 21, Wesley Smith. And we've seen Smith with a couple of big plays in this game. Another big hit for the senior DB on that play. Bruton does get yardage, not a lot of yards though, to the 41 1 yard line.
So it's going to bring up 3rd down and 16 for the Cowboys. 4th quarter underway now. Kind of uncharted territory for the Suns, who are unbeaten. Their smallest margin of victory, 17 this year. The pitch back goes to Wells, and he's going to lose yardage.
I think we're going to have a hold on Madison County. A late flag came in back behind the play near the offensive line, or near the line of scrimmage.
Cody Schooley among those on the stop that time for the Suns, but we'll check the penalty. And you're right, it is a holding call, but they'll decline it and force the Cowboys to punt it.
So there you go, another stop. University does get the stop as we just start the 4th quarter. And we have 11-12 to go in a 1-point game. University now can get it back and see if they can go down and take the lead for the first time in this game.
This is something we haven't seen much today, a punter.
That's true.
Brandon Crawford will punt it away. Back to receive it for University is Sam Bruce. Bruce going to let it bounce. And the Cowboy coaches are claiming that they thought they'd hit a player, but evidently it did not.
Nope. Didn't hit the player. They like to think that, I think. But they're very animated next to us.
Very animated.
But, no, that'll be University ball right at the 16-yard line. So there you go now. University School has trailed this entire game. They're now 17-0 at one point. For the first time today, they have a chance to take the lead. They have the ball and a chance to take the lead.
But 16 unanswered points for the Suns, who have outgained the Cowboys in total yardage after 3 quarters, 250 to 217. White hands the football off to Scarlett, getting to the outside. He's got a first down and more to the 45, and he's out of bounds. Actually, they're going to mark him out of bounds at the 40.
One thing we have seen in the second half, it seems like Madison County's defense getting a little tired. Jordan Scarlett has also got going. And the half, he only had 7 yards, now with 36 after the 3rd quarter. And this is a huge run over the sideline. Scarlett gets all the way to the 40, a gain of 24. And now it's a first down for University from their own 40.
17th first down of the game for the Suns. Plenty of time left in this football game. Just under 11 minutes to play in the 4th and final quarter. Pass out in the flat is caught by DJ Taylor. Fumble, and Madison County is there to fall on it. Johnny on the spot for the Cowboys is Deontay Oliver.
That is the second time today that DJ Taylor has fumbled the ball. One was a backwards lateral. This time Taylor trying to gain more yardage. We've seen this play 5 times to Taylor. Just a short forward pass, but the ball knocked out by Bruton or by Oliver, or fallen on by Oliver. But what another big defensive play for Madison County. That is the second turnover of the game for University School. Now with 10:37 to go, Madison with a 1-point lead has got great field position right at midfield.
Could be a costly turnover for the Suns.
It's got to be frustrating for the University School. Roger Harry, you finally get the ball, you're moving in, a chance to take the lead, and you fumble it right back.
Bruton. Right side for about 4 yards.
Plenty of time to go, but a big drive for Madison County here after that turnover.
Well, again, if Madison County can pick up a few first downs, they'll be able to run off a lot of time. Now, the good news for the Suns, they've been able to move the football down in very little time. They can strike quickly. But the Cowboys would like to put some points on the board. As I mentioned, 16 unanswered points by the Suns.
Almost.
McKnight hands it off to Bruton, who gains 1, almost 2.
I think McKnight almost fumbled the snap there. Bobbled it before he handed it off to Bruton. Fortunate, though, and now 3rd and 5. Another big down for Madison County. 3rd and about 4, actually. They need to get to the 40 for the first down.
DJ McKnight has only thrown the football 7 times today, but likely has to put it up in the air here. Unless it's 4-down territory again for the Cowboys as they pitch it back to Bruton, and Bruton is tackled couple of players there for the Suns, led by Cody Schooley.
Number 24, and Sky Moore there as well. And now you're right, here comes that decision as Bruton on the carry around the right side, and ooh, big hit there by Schooley. Maybe a yard, so it's 4th down. They gave him almost a 42, so it's going to be 4th and a little more than 2 yards. And I think if you're Madison, you got to go for this on the University side of the ball, or on the field. You get a first down here already with 8:38 to go. You can run about 2-3 more minutes the clock.
Bruton and Wells behind McKnight on 4th and 2, and it's Bruton getting the carry, and he won't get there.
And that's the problem you face there. He's going to be about a yard short of the first down. But that's worked for them all game. They've been able to run the ball on 3rd and 4th and short, but this time University was ready, and they stacked up Keon Bruton right at the line, right there. That first helmet, hard to see who that was in the pile. Sky Moore came in, and then everyone was in there for University School. But there is a stop, and now after the turnover, that didn't even phase the defense for the Suns. They get the ball right back and still have 8:28 to go with this game.
That's an eternity for this Suns offense. Provided they don't turn the football over. Mike White goes back to work, going to hand it off to Scarlett. A host of Madison County players on the stop, led by Trey Arnold.
I think if we looked at these games coming into this week in 1A, 2A, 3A, and 4A, we thought this was the game that had the biggest possibility of maybe being out of hand. This has been the best game. Yeah. I mean, it's amazing how things happen like this in high school football. But Madison County, they're a tough team. They're a physical team, and that's what they've done to University.
Little pump fake by White as he throws it. How about the leaping catch?
Wow, what a catch.
Jordan Cunningham showing why he's a Division I prospect.
And I believe almost a one-handed catch at the 29-yard line. He was inbounds. It's just an acrobatic catch. That's a guy who's been kind of banged up with cramps there since the second quarter.
6'2", 180. He just climbs the ladder and goes up there and gets it.
And he keeps it with one hand, comes down with the ball in his right hand. That's the catch of the week.
1st and 10 at the Madison County 29-yard line.
Well, we're going to have a stoppage real quick.
Yeah,
there's no review here, so 4 wide now for University.
White hands it off to Scarlett. Nothing there, though. In fact, it's a loss of 1 on the play. We're under 8 minutes to play in the football game. 17-16. Madison County holding on by 1. Let's take a look at that catch again. Jordan Cunningham.
And Chedrick Williams is right on him. He's got good coverage. First of all, a nice throw, a great throw by Mike White to get it to Cunningham, and then he just went up over the defender, came down with one hand. Him holding the ball in that right hand, that's a pretty amazing play.
White goes back to work. His pass is caught by Emmanuel Soto.
Another nice catch by Soto, kind of sliding. Look a little bit short of the first down, near that first down marker. We've seen a couple of those catches by Soto in this game.
So here are the Suns driving yet again. 3rd down and 1 at the Madison County 19-yard line. Trailing by 1 on a missed extra point. And Scarlett taking the direct snap. Getting to the outside. He gets a block. He's got a first down inside the 15.
Not sure what... and thanks to our producer for pointing that out, but yeah, the number 54 that time, Jordan Budwig, was tapping his left leg as if to say, are we going? I don't know what that means. I have no idea, but that's interesting to see that on his way by. But they ran around the right side with Scarlett. Maybe that when they were coming to his side, because that's where Budwig lines up on that right side. But a nice gain for Scarlett and a first down.
Mike White back in at quarterback. He'll hand it off to Scarlett. Scarlett spinning away for 1.
Now, you know, if you score here, it's 22. You may go for 2 at that point, probably. Try to go up 7. I guess if extra point can make it 6. They have these 7 linemen in
jumbo package.
That is a big time. You got the 2 backs there as well.
2nd down and 9 for the Suns. White to the end zone, caught, touchdown, University School.
I'll tell you, I thought he was throwing it to the receiver who's down in the middle of the field. There's a couple of players down for University and Madison right in the middle of the field as Bruce took another hit, but what a throw to Soto. Another strike by Mike White, and University does take the lead for the first time in the game.
First touchdown grab of the day for Soto. Injured player for Madison County will stop the clock, or at least stop the action. 5:54 to play. And that's now 22 unanswered points for the nationally ranked Suns, who lead by 5.
Just about to say, we'll see if they decide to kick the extra point, go up 6, or go for 2.
I think you got to go for 2.
Yeah, and that's the thing. And Madison's got plenty of time. 5:54. They've got 2 timeouts, but things have not been moving their way. So that's the only good news is University scored, but they scored pretty quickly there to give plenty of time to Madison.
An extra point would give them just a 6-point lead, meaning a Madison County touchdown, an extra point would beat you. But if they go for 2 and get the 2-point conversion, it would give them a 7-point lead, meaning a Madison County touchdown and extra point could only tie it.
And you're right, it was 17-0 with 4:38 to go in the second quarter for Madison County. Field goal, 25 yards by Elon Kruss. 2 minutes to go in the first. I mean, it's 17-3. The big key, University got that touchdown right before the half. Mike White threw the 15-yard TD pass to strike to DJ Taylor. That made it 17-10, 10 seconds before the half. Then in the third quarter, University scored again as Scarlett ran in from 14 yards out, missed the extra point, made it 17-16. That's been our score since 6:36 left in the third. But now University takes the lead for the first time today at 22-17.
Give both these teams credit. University was motivated by that title loss in 2010. By the way, today's game presented by the Florida Peanut Growers. Energy for the good life. NationalPeanutBoard.org. But again, motivated by that loss in the state championship game just a couple of years ago and battling back from a 17-0 deficit. And then on the other side, Mike Coe and the Madison County Cowboys, who consider themselves a long shot at best to win today, built a 17-0 lead, and they've been able to hang in against the nationally ranked Suns.
And they're motivated, too, because they were here last year and got blown out. I mean, both these teams lost in the championship game the last 2 years. The only difference is Madison County has been here many times. They won the state title in 2007 in 2A, and they won it in 2001 as well, and they've been to the state title game also in 1998. They made other appearances as well in 2003 and 2004. So Madison County is really a school that's used to being here in this situation, and they've put together a much better performance than they did last year against American Heritage Del Rey. But it's right now everything going the way of the Suns, but it's still only a 5-point game.
Mike White and the offense on the field, they are going to go for 2, leading 22-17, 5:54 to play in the game. White with 4 receivers, now 3 as the man is in motion to the right side. White's pass to a wide open DJ Taylor, caught for the 2-point conversion. Well, Taylor fumbled the football, but he atones for that with a 2-point play there. And it's a 7-point lead for the Suns.
Well, now you know a touchdown can only tie you. Is nice roll by White, TJ Taylor. What a game he's had, because Cunningham has been banged up, although he did make a great catch on that last drive to get the drive going. But DJ Taylor getting near 100 yards receiving, and he already has a touchdown earlier, and now the 2-point pass.
Cowboys still have a lot of time. They can still stick with what got them here. Under 6 minutes to play in the game.
You're right. Only down a touchdown.
Back to receive it over on the far sidelines. Cedric Williams. And to his right is Deontay Wells.
Yeah, if you're Madison County, you're Mike Coe. Keep doing what you're doing. I mean, you might as well. You're only down 7. You got plenty of time, and you got timeouts as well. So it's you might as well stick with the game plan.
Andrew Duraco set to kick it away. Mike White, 21 of 31 through the air now, 282 yards and 2 touchdowns. This one is returnable.
Ooh, his foot was in
Close.
the end zone. That's a good coverage again by University School, as coming in to make the hit Bradley Clement, number 44. So Madison's going to start in their own 16. 5:47 to go, 2 timeouts down, or 5:40 to go, 2 timeouts down by 7, 24-17, but facing a deficit for the first time today.
Keon Bruton's been a workhorse today for Madison County, over 100 yards rushing, 29 carries for Bruton. We talked about the fact that their big offensive lineman, Ira Denson, was limping here in the second half. Not playing 100%, but he's out there right now. A critical drive for this Madison County football team, which trails for the first time today. Out of the I formation this time. McKnight to throw to Williams, but Williams can't shake free on a good open field tackle by Quincy Wilson.
And again, they tried to get something going to Madison County by throwing the ball, and Williams over in the right flat had nowhere to go. The University had it covered, and you mentioned coming in there is Wilson, and he was not going to let Williams go. That's a loss of 2 on the play, and Madison goes backwards on first down.
Second down and 12 from their 14-yard line. They now need to go 86 yards to tie this game up, possibly send it into overtime. Bruton straight ahead up to the 17-yard line. But now it's going to bring up a big third down play.
Yeah, now, again, if you're Madison, it's 3rd and 9. You're going to probably have to throw the ball here. And you're getting to 4-down territory. You may not do it here, this side of the field. It's still 4.5 minutes to go with 2 timeouts. So we'll see what Mike Coe decides to do. They need to convert this 3rd down.
3rd down and 9. McKnight with a receiver to his left, 1 receiver to his right. Bruton the lone setback. McKnight has a receiver, but he overthrows him. Had he made the catch, it wouldn't have been enough for the first down. But Neil Brown was open on the play. It's 4th down, and the Cowboys, I think, will punt it away.
And that's a good thing here. You got 2 timeouts, and I agree with Mike Coe doing this. 4:23 to go. You let your defense try and stop University School. There's always the possibility that they can run out the clock. But the good news is University more of a passing team anyway. So punt the ball away. See if your defense can make a play, and then see if you can get down and tie the game.
Sam Bruce back to receive the punt. And he's going to let this one go as it takes a Madison County roll across the 50, inside the 45, and down to the 41-yard line.
And what was working in the first half for Madison County has not worked in the second half. University School has been putting 7 men up in the box. They're going up and making Madison County beat them through the air, and Madison can't do it. They threw the interception, the one pass they tried, and now you can see it's been a lot more conservative since then after that 1 turnover. And the Cowboys are going to need to find a big play somewhere if they do get the ball back, if the defense can get a stop here.
The 24 points today by University, the least amount of points they've scored in a game this year.
Well, Madison County has played well today, and they have. In the first quarter and a half, you played about as well as you can play against University School. And almost a perfect game, to be honest. But University School found their offense, though, in the second quarter on.
And here is Scarlett. Good yardage, still on his feet. They can't bring the sophomore down. He's close to a first down.
Yeah, he got 9 yards right at midfield. And now University's just pushing Madison back. Madison's defense has been on the field a lot in the second half. It is a warm day, humid day, and you're seeing Scarlett, the big running back, and this University lineman, he runs with his own lineman there. But still pushing, still moving forward, and that all is Jordan Scarlett right there, kind of on his own.
Cowboys' best bet maybe to try and strip the football.
Yeah, now with 2 timeouts, 2nd and 1, you get a first down here, you're going to need to start using those timeouts.
2nd down and 1 for the Suns. Whistle blows. I don't see a flag.
Officials are taking a timeout. Oh.
Well, it was an offensive. Someone moved early on the offense.
Well, that's interesting. So that makes it a 2nd and 6 now instead of 2nd and 1. I never saw a flag come in either, but they called it on the Suns.
3 minutes, 23 seconds and counting. 4th and final quarter in this 3A state championship game. University School leading by 7 with a football. 2nd down and 6 from their own 45-yard line. They'll run this play clock down as far as they can. Now down to 6 seconds. And the handoff is to Scarlett, hit behind the line, and now Madison County can burn one of those 2 timeouts.
Trey Arnold on the hit, and you're right, you lose yardage all the way back to the 41, so now you got 3rd and 10. It's a passing situation for University School. If it's incomplete, that'll stop the clock. It'll be 4th down, and University will have to punt it. So Madison County, that penalty was pretty big against University School because now Madison, they can come up with a stop on defense. They have a chance to get it back, and of course they need to probably use another timeout after 3rd down, but I guess they could wait if it does get to 4th down and wait until University punts the ball and then save that timeout. But then again, University converts the 1st down, it's almost over.
Yeah. Yeah, you would think one more 1st down by the Suns would be enough.
Well, it's been an entertaining game this afternoon. It's a 3A game, and we expect a lot of that tonight, I think, between Booker T. Washington and Bowles.
That'll be a great battle in 4A. Bowles, the defending state champion. Booker T. Washington, the state runners-up. As we've mentioned, it's a rematch of last year's game, won by Bowles. 3rd down and 10 for the Suns. Taylor in motion. White going to run the draw as he hands it off to Scarlett, and he will not get there.
Well, that's a good call by Roger Harriet because you stay in bounds, you keep the clock running, although Madison will use its final timeout. You make Madison use that timeout. You don't throw a pass that might be incomplete. So that's a good call. I mean, instead of making a mistake or stopping the clock, you force Madison to kind of use the final timeout. Now you punt it and pin them down inside the 15, 10, or 20-yard line.
And with under 3 minutes to play, you almost take Madison County out of their element. They're going to have to throw the football downfield.
And I can tell you, I saw Madison County's only loss to Gainesville, broadcast that game up in Madison back at the end of October, and they were down 14-9 the whole 4th quarter. And Gainesville is a very physical team. We know that about them. They were more physical than Madison, but Madison had the ball with a couple chances to win. They just couldn't throw the ball. They didn't have anybody open. Gainesville played great defense, and that is not Madison's MO. And that you're right. If you pin them deep here, they're going to have to go about 80, 85 yards probably in about 2.5 or 2 minutes with no timeouts.
Back to receive the punt. Shedrick Williams, as he will wait for it at the 20-yard line. DeRocco set to punt it away. They need a good snap. Oh, it's a high snap, but he brings it down, and a good job by DeRocco to get that punt away as it bounced at the 30 and will be down at the 32-yard line. So
that could have been disastrous, you're right.
Yeah, if that ball goes over his head, Madison County's in business.
And it was a high snap, and it was a good job as well by the punter, Andrew DeRocco, the junior, number 28. But that actually a shorter kick than you thought they'd get there. So Madison, that's not really not bad field position. The 32-yard line, 2:38 to go. They need to go 68 yards. A touchdown ties the game. With an extra point, of course.
Cowboys with just over 2.5 minutes to work with. Shotgun formation for McKnight, who quickly throws it out to the right side, and they might be able to nickel and dime their way down the field. The pass is caught by Akevius Williams.
That's about a 5-yard pickup on the play, and you're right, they got out of bounds. It's a good sideline route. Ends up with 4-yard gain, actually.
Well, they said that was Neil Brown on that last catch, who evidently is a different number than what we have on the roster, so our apologies. We did go over the numbers before the game. And
well, McKnight fires that one in there to Trey Arnold. That's a first down at the 47-yard line. So that's a nice throw and catch from McKnight. Clock stops for the first down, and now Madison County already near midfield.
So McKnight trying to get into a little rhythm now. Has time across the middle. Juggle, but caught. That's Wells inside the 35-yard line.
Boy, University's trying to strip that ball away. Boy, what a catch by Deontay Wells across the middle. He leaped in the air. He tipped it to himself. He bobbled it and caught it. And Wells gets a first down. Madison's in business now at the 31-yard line.
You know what they've got to be careful doing, though, Marty?
It's not quick.
Yes.
You're right. Look at that. He leaped up, tipped into himself. And then University School trying to take it away. And now a timeout taken by Roger Harriet on defense. He's got to settle his team down and tell them, look, we got to hold these guys out of the end zone. Madison going right down the field so far.
You know, before the game, if Mike Coe was told, Coach, you're going to be down by 7 with just over 2 minutes to play, but you're going to have the football near the red zone, would you take it? He would all day long, I think.
I agree. But what a game this has been. And we've seen it go back and forth. Madison up 17-0 in the second quarter. University scored the last 24 points. And we're going to come down to the very end with 2:09 to go with Madison County at the University 31. Already the shadows starting to descend on half of the field here at the Florida Citrus Bowl. The University fans, kind of like yesterday, are in the sun. The Madison fans are in the shade. But the University fans, their team's winning. They're enjoying the sun as much as they can since they are fans of the Suns.
On first down and 10, here comes pressure, but he finds the open receiver. There is a flag on the play.
That was a nice tackle by Schooley on Bruton. I don't know if that's offsides where that flag came in. Left side of that, or right side of the University defensive line may have been offsides. Nope, no flag.
No flag, okay.
Or there's no flag. So
just a gain of a couple, and we'll bring up second down and 8. 2:02 remaining in the game. Madison County down by 7. Senior DJ McKnight takes a snap, quickly throws out to the right side. Was it caught? It was. Catch was made by Neil Brown. Again, Brown wearing 16 instead of 19. Well, now they say Williams. Okay.
Well, we have Williams.
I said
listed.
it the other way because I heard the public address announcer say it the other way the last time, so we do have the right numbers, so my apologies. It is Lakevius Williams wearing 16. Brown wears 19. Here's McKnight behind blockers. Down to the 20.
First down.
That's the first down for Madison County. They'll stop the clock to move the chains.
1:45, 1:42, the clock stops. And again, Madison, they have plenty of time now. This drive has been very efficient. It's only taken about a minute and a half so far, and they are already down at the 20-yard line of University.
McKnight has all day to throw. Receiver was wide open across the middle, but he couldn't hold on to it.
That is, again, Deontay Wells, and maybe a little behind him, but the ball was right in Wells' hands. And that's a first down inside the 10-yard line. If he makes the catch, that's right in his hands.
Just a little bit behind him, maybe.
But
slightly behind him.
True, but still tough to not
still
catch that.
Still should have been caught.
Yeah.
I agree.
It would have been a first and goal inside the 10.
Instead, it's incomplete. It does stop the clock. 1:34 to play. On second down and 10, here comes pressure. And McKnight is sacked by Sky Moore.
Jailbreak blitz that time. Sky Moore coming over from the right side. And, boy, a big hit that time as DJ McKnight was stood up, had nowhere to go. And now after that drop pass, you lose 7 on the sack. It's 3rd and 17 back to the 27. Now University will take another timeout.
Coming in, Sky Moore had a team-leading 21 tackles for loss.
So 1 timeout remaining for University, which really is not an issue with them leading the game. Madison is out of timeouts, but still with 1:14 to go, that doesn't really matter either, because with 3rd and 17, you got to find a way to get this ball into the end zone or pick up another first down and keep this drive moving. They need to get the 10-yard line for a first down.
Well, and you might even want to consider this 4-down territory and just try to throw something underneath.
Yeah.
You got plenty of time, and then put yourself in a more manageable 4th down play.
Yeah, you're right. It's 4-down territory. You pick up maybe 10 yards here or so and try to get into a 4th and 5, 4th and 7 situation. And, you could maybe even try running the ball in that situation. Right now, Madison's going to have to throw the ball to get some yards on 3rd and 17.
Fans are certainly getting their money's worth today. This game coming down to a final possession.
Yep, it is. It's been back and forth. All Madison in the first and second quarter. University has dominated the second half, the last part of the second quarter. Now Madison putting together a drive, which they really haven't been able to do in the second half. They've been able to put together a drive here late in the 4th quarter to threaten University School.
So 3rd down and 17 for the Cowboys, who trail 24-17. A little over a minute left in the game. McKnight being pressured from the blind side. That's a loose ball.
No, incomplete.
Okay, now they rule it incomplete.
Yeah, because Schooley was heading towards the end zone and thought that might be incomplete. McKnight had the arm moving forward, but now that's not at all what Madison wanted. It's 4th and 17, as you see on the replay.
Let's see who it was that came from his blind side. It was Aubrey Duty Tyson.
And he did. He got hit. That arm is moving forward, so it's incomplete, but you got Madison County facing a 4th and very long with 1:02 to go in the game. And now University is going to use its final timeout. You might as well. You can't take them with you. And if you make a stop here, the game's over and you run out the clock. So.
Madison County can pick up a first down. They don't have to throw it into the end zone. They do have to get it, though, inside the 10. They will have a 4th and 17 coming up. 66 seconds remaining in the game. The Suns with 24 unanswered points after Madison County built a 17-0 first half lead.
Now Madison County capable, obviously, of converting this, but again, it's not something that they're really used to. You see Mike Coe talking to his team. 4th down and 17. Madison County, the 27 University School. They need to get near the 10 for the first down with 1:06 to go, and both teams now out of timeout. So Madison doesn't convert here. University School can run out the clock and win this 3A state championship game.
All right, what could be the final play of the game, at least for Madison County offensively. 4th down and 17. McKnight being pressured again. Has a receiver. It is caught. They hold on to the football, but they're going to be...
And they can celebrate their first state championship in school history, the second team this weekend to do that. Sorry, we had a power hit there, so inside the building, we apologize for any inconvenience.
Well, victory formation for the Suns, who are going to run the tables.
Yeah, undefeated season. We saw that as well. A couple of teams undefeated coming in yesterday lost in the state championship, Trenton and Dade Christian. But University will get it done. And again, the first state championship for University School and their second state title game appearance in 3 years.
Madison County once again will be state runners-up. Nothing to hang their heads about. They fought hard today, as you mentioned. Just going to come up a little bit short. And Madison County's season will come to an end at 12-2, but University School 12-0. Your 2012 Class 3A FHSAA football state champion.
And I'm sure there's Roger Harriet hugging the assistant coaches. He'll get his first state title as a coach. And, you know, I'm sure that he'll say, boy, we really had to battle today. And Mike Coe, you mentioned on Monday in the teleconference, he said this team doesn't have much of a chance. We're a huge underdog. They almost pulled off a huge upset today, but if you're Madison County, you wouldn't think it's an upset if you won that game the way they played today.
This one came down to the final minute. But the Sons of University School are state champions, 24-17. They beat Madison County here at the Citrus Bowl in Orlando.
So University, as you mentioned, 12-0. And state champs, Madison County season 12-2. Congratulations to the University School Sons out of Davie, Fort Lauderdale area. They're the state champs in Class 3A.
There you see the final score once again. University School 24, Madison County 17. Don't forget, coming up tonight, it's a rematch of last year's state championship game in Class 4A. It will be the Bowls Bulldogs against Booker T. Washington of Miami. Should be a great one, a rematch of last year's state title game. That's coming up tonight at 7:07. Until then, for Marty Paulman and for all the guys at Play On Sports, this has been an FHSA Sports production. Final score once again, University School 24, Madison County 17. I'm Mike Rideout saying so long once again. This reminder, this game has been presented to you by Florida Peanut Growers, Energy for the Good Life. Visit them online at nationalpeanutboard.org. So long from the Citrus Bowl in Orlando, the University Suns, your 3A state champion.
Out here, away from it all, a guy can get to thinking, what makes peanuts America's most popular nut? Well, for one thing, they've got more antioxidants than broccoli, carrots, or even green tea. Why, they're a bona fide superfood with more than 30 vitamins and nutrients. And the taste, well, that's pretty hard to beat. Yes, when you really think about it, good things happen for a reason. I'm Nick Marshall, and I'm a Florida peanut farmer. I dig peanuts, so you can dig them too.
We can get a player up here.
Oh, that's good stuff.
All right, perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream. Camera 3. Beautiful. We're coming in on 1.
For more information on how your school can join the Play On School broadcast program, go to playonsports.com/SBP.
one match away from immortality.
This is a total team effort.
We're gonna come at you.
One shot this.
Third down and 3 for the Indians. Oh, the ball came loose. Tiger's going to pick it up.
Look at that.
Took it back and scored.
Whoa!
That's unbelievable. That is unbelievable.
Welcome back one final time. Once again, the final score, University School 24, Madison County 17. 344 yards of total offense for University School. Madison County runs more plays. 287 yards of total offense today for Madison County. But Mike White, 21 of 31 through the air, 282 yards and 2 touchdowns. Marty D.J. Taylor had 7 catches for 80 yards as Madison County had an early 17-0 lead, but University School finishes with 24 unanswered points.
Yeah, they did. And Taylor, again, you mentioned 80 yards. Manuel Soto had 5 for 81 yards and the winning touchdown. And Jordan Cunningham, 4 catches, 85 yards. So very balanced there. Mike White, 21 of 31, 282 yards, 2 TDs. And a very efficient game. Jordan Scarlett, 73 yards rushing and a touchdown for University School. Madison County, Keon Bruton led the way, rushing 30 carries, 113 yards, and a touchdown. DJ McKnight, 12 of 17, passing 132 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. And Shedrick Williams, the leading receiver, 3 for 38 and a touchdown. And in the end, first quarter and a half, Madison led it 10-0, 17-0. University School made it 17-10 and a half. They dominated most of the second half to University. Madison had a chance, though, at the end. They drove down to the 20-yard line, but couldn't convert the 4th and long. The number's pretty even, 344 total yards, like you said, for University, 287 for Madison. But you can see the two teams, what they do. Madison wants to run the ball, 47 runs, 17 passes, 155 yards rushing. And then on the other side, University School had 282 yards through the air, only 62 yards rushing, but they got it done. Time of possession, 11 more minutes for Madison County in the game. Penalties not really an issue. 5 from 47 for University, 6 for 55 for Madison County. There's Roger Harriet enjoying his first state title, and the University School's first state title. A school that has not been around very long. He started this program, and they quickly moved to the top of the class, making the state championship game 2 years ago. A heartbreaking loss in triple overtime to Trinity Catholic out of Ocala. Today they get back, and they rally down 17-0 to beat Madison County. Congratulations, University School, and congratulations to Madison County. Mike Crow's team played a great game today.
And a couple of those sophomores that were a part of that team that lost to Trinity Catholic in triple overtime, including their quarterback, Mike White, seniors this year to win that first ever state championship. So congratulations to University School of Fort Lauderdale. They are your Class 3A state champion. Once again, the final score here in Orlando, it's University School 24, Madison County 17. Don't forget the 4A championship coming up tonight at 7:07. Today's game has been presented by the Florida Peanut Growers, Energy for the Good Life. Visit them online at nationalpeanutorg.com. Again, for Marty Palman, I'm Mike Rideout saying so long from Orlando.